Hey, hey, hey. For some reason, I can't get in Chris. Oh.
Hey everyone.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, then?
I'm good. Just enjoying the weather. How have you been?
Mm. No, I'm just joking. I mean, oh, I guess okay. It was raining here for a little bit, but now it's like all sunny outside. But that sucks because I don't have like anywhere to go today. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna front. That's nice outside, but when I can't really enjoy it, it's like whatever.
Can y'all hear
Right. I
me?
feel you.
Can
So
y'all
I'm
hear me?
hating. Yes, sir.
Okay, y'all just hold tight. I'll be with y'all in a minute. Just hold tight.
Okay. Chris, where are you?
Who, me?
Uh huh.
I'm in North Philadelphia.
Oh, you in Philadelphia? Okay. I ain't
Yeah.
too far from here. I'm in Maryland, so I guess we get
Are you
what
in
you get.
Baltimore?
Yes, uh-huh.
That's what's up.
Don't crack no jokes. Don't even go there. No, I'm just
I'm not.
joking. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Baltimore sucks. I ain't gonna lie. It already is. It's to me, it's just a lot of underhanded plan. It's not so much as the people, it's the city government that is allowing a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, you got people that have been here like all their lives, so it's like all of a sudden, how does the area change so drastically and for the worst? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
That's how Philly was.
Maybe
It used to be a lot different than it really changed dramatically.
right. It's like it's a major negative, undertone or something. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't feel right. There's something weird going on. You know what I mean? I mean, you have like negativity in all cities or whatever, or ghetto five people or this, that, and the third, but it's like a lot worse now. It's like what happened? Because I could understand if we had like a King situation where King died and they just tore up the neighborhoods and this, that, and the third, but that's not the case. So what happened? Something happened. Did the food change? I personally think the food changed. You know what I mean? Um, I think there's something being done when it comes down to black people on a scientific level. Scientific is psychological warfare.
Oh, yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, Tommy's already proved that before with like historical documents. Look at Black
Uh-huh.
Wall Street. Look at our education
Uh-huh.
systems, the
Uh-huh.
breakdown of families, STDs.
Uh-huh. But these things are like, put in the black community. I mean, my question is, you know, like why isn't it investigated as to why there is so much negativity being influenced upon the black community? Is it the fact that we initially are very powerful people? You know what I'm saying? You know how like if somebody got something that you want but you can't get it yourself, you're gonna try to make them look bad. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'm gonna sit up here and talk about you, talk dog crap about you, but in the reality, it's because you got a house, you got a good job or something like that. So I'm gonna be running around talking crap about you. I mean, this is how I feel. I think it's something very powerful that black people have for the reason why they are targeted so much, and there's so much negativity being, how do you say, promoted. I mean,
Well, if
I
you
wouldn't
think
be
about it,
surprised if there's some truth to the cloning thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we got cloned black folks around now. Because notice how a lot of black people, like they say about supposedly about the clone type of people, the way that you could tell that they are cloned because they're heartless, they don't have any type of emotion or anything. And I'm starting to notice that a lot of black people are acting like that. But the crazy part is, it's the young ones. I can see that the older ones are getting fed up, don't carry this, excuse my language, don't give a fuck attitude. But where do the young ones get the audacity to have that type of attitude? They haven't lived yet. You know what I mean? You haven't been denied anything. You haven't been, you know what I'm saying? You haven't even gotten out there. So how can you just automatically come out the gate with this like heartless attitude, like you don't regard anything or life itself? Now, keep in mind, we had video games ever since what, the late 80s going through the 90s, this and the third. That didn't seem to change a whole generation to something negative. So it has to be something that is being eaten or something that's causing people to change like this.
Yeah, you actually have a really good point. Because it's funny how I actually fit that age category you're talking about. I'm turning 21 in about a month and a half. And people my age, you're entirely right. They are negative. They like to blame, oh, you know, white supremacy, kind of like how the older people do, but to a greater degree, even though we've never experienced that type of thing. You'll talk about job discrimination. Nowhere near as big these days as it was back in the day. And things like that. We just kind of just have this type of defeatist and victimology type mindset. It's really bad. I don't know where it came from, because I grew up playing games too, from Pokemon to like Grand Theft Auto. I never wanted to shoot up people or rob people. So it's definitely, you can't really influence the stuff like media like that. Maybe like rap videos.
But see, that's the thing. They don't show the rap videos like, you know, the ones that I remember. Now, I'm a whole lot older than you. But the ones that I remember, you know, I mean, I know things change, but where is it that us as a society can't understand that, oh, the tables are against you? Hello? Like, why is anybody, like, not recognizing that? It's just so obvious. I mean, it's embarrassing as to how obvious it is. You know what I mean? It's like you could turn your radio on, you could turn your TV on, and it's like, why aren't people noticing that, damn, like, they really trying to target our ass? You know what I'm saying? And once you start, you know, thinking that way, then that should open up the door for research as to finding out why they trying to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't have no platform but to grow. We supposed to be going forward. We supposed to grow, to know. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
We don't have no excuses.
For black people, it's like we focus too much like on entertainment to like grow platforms. That's not the best thing. You have to do like the Jews and the Asians. They have to go do like finance, economics, medicine, math, science, to actually, and law to build up a community. We don't value education.
True.
In addition, we don't have.
I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
I said also, in addition, we don't have good teamwork like that. We like to tear each other down. Other races of people do not do it to the extent we do.
But my thing is, we're like, even with your pro-black people or whatever, right? Why are they not promoting the message that you should feel insulted? In other words, us as black people and all around the country, whatever, should feel insulted knowing that, you know, society or the powers that be or whatever is purposely dumbing down. You understand what I'm saying? Things, you know, in other words, you know, it's like, oh, they're going to sit us in front of a TV and make us laugh and do stupid, you know, like pay attention to stupid shit. We need to find out, why are they trying to make us focus on stupid shit? Like, what are you trying to keep us away from knowing? You get what I'm saying? It's like, as a black person, something should kick in. You know, like, wait, hold up. What you trying to keep me from seeing? What is it that you trying to keep me from knowing? Which ultimately keeps somebody from growing. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, my thing is, you know, you can get the most uneducated history of black folks or slavery or, you know, stuff that happened over there, whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, all right, cool. All right, my whole thing, every time I get into one of those, like, little panel things, what do we do now going forward? To be able to go forward and progress as a people. What to do? What's the plan? To where as though we can incorporate even what they would consider the bottom feeders, which are your ghetto people or whatever. What would be something that you think that they can, like, pretty much latch on to? Where would we be able to, you know what I'm saying, get that group? Where would we be able to target that group? Would it be through the school system? You know what I'm saying? Would it be through, you know, sending out flyers or, you know, something like that? Or trying to educate people into, you are somebody, hello, wake the fuck up, because they're trying to get your ass, you know what I'm saying, because they know that you powerful. Be aware, be alert, because one thing I can say this. Black people want to be somebody. They want to be important. You got more black people that ain't about shit, that's trying so hard to be this and be that. Even the females, the guys, and this and the third. Okay, seeing as though they got that mindset already, let's make it positive. Let's, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's draw on it. You already think you all that. Well, guess what? I got some news for you. You know what I'm saying? According to history, you are all that. Not no damn kings and queens and all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? That says something to pacify people, to make people feel like, you know what I mean? That's just something to compensate for low self-esteem, I personally think. When you got to run around and call a female a queen and this and that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we are supposed to already have that indoctrinated in us. Because no matter how much you may have drank, smoke weed, got high, do what you want to do, go party, this and the third on a Saturday and Friday night. Sunday morning, you saw more black people go to church than a little bit. You see what I'm saying? That was like, what, your 40s and your 50s. What happened?
Right.
Because you know what? Somebody is real damn jealous of the fact that, hold up, they ain't rich. How is it that they still existing? You already know that if white people lose all their damn money today and tomorrow, not only will they may kill themselves, they'll go home and kill their whole goddamn family. But yet and still, a black man will lose all his money today and tomorrow. Shit, he gonna sell some socks. You know what I'm saying? Or sell something on the street or something. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna do the damn thing. So if we have that ability to still survive and keep it moving, we need to draw on it. We need to remind our whole generation of people this thing here. To me, that represents power. We have it, but somewhere along the line, we are being made to forget it. And we need to be reminded of it. And we need to remind these brothers that y'all need to not accept anything less than who you are. So that goes to point back to your own self. If you feel as though you're somebody, guess what? You're not going to end up with Shaquita. You're going to know the difference between Shaquita and Brenda. You understand what I'm saying? But if you ain't feeling good within your damn self, then you will pick Shaquita. Because you and Shaquita got something in common. You pick what you are.
Dropping knowledge. A lot of dropping knowledge.
You a boss dude, you took a boss female. You feel me? That'd be the strongest goddamn home front that you've ever imagined. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a person of a lot of excuses and you feel bad with yourself and you feel bad, your esteem is fucked up and you all this, that, and the third, and you feel like a brother, you type brother, you ain't getting accomplished, you can't do this, you can't do that, guess what? You gonna pick a failure ass damn female. Because they can relate. And I think this is why a lot of brothers end up with these raggedy ass females. Because this raggedy understands you. The problem comes in about when you got a raggedy nigga trying to like holler at a boss female. What you think you all at? What you think you better than a nigga? Da-da-da-da-da. Nah, bro. I'm trying to make you better than me. You the fucking man.
Carlota.
Yes.
Miss Carr.
Yes.
Miss Carr. Thank you so much, dear, for keeping everybody entertained till I get back. I like
I know, I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Be with y'all no, keep on, cause I'm still doing something right now. Keep them entertained for me, boo. Thank you so much. Hey, Lene, how you doing, darling?
What's her name? Lene. Hi, Lene.
Can you hear me?
I'm good.
All right. Grant, how you doing, my brother?
You may hear me speak on some black things, honey, but it's not like what you think. I love everybody, okay?
Oh, I hear you, dear. I'm just liking the fact that y'all keep it up at least a conversation till I get in on it. So if you give me another 5-10 minutes, I'll be up in. I'm trying to see everybody here. So go ahead.
Chris, you gotta get that link out because it's supposed to be some more people up in here.
I did. I just sent it out. I just sent it out to people personally. I sent it out on Google Plus. I don't know where everybody is, so maybe they'll slowly start joining in. I don't know.
I had a hard time getting in.
I'm getting my.
You know what, Lene? It's funny you said it because Paul said he won't even let him in.
Yeah, I had to shut down both my devices and ended up getting on my phone. My iPad wouldn't let me on.
Interesting.
It said I needed to have Hangouts on my iPad, which I've had.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. Paul said the same thing and would let him in, so I told him to restart his computer. So I don't know. I hope everybody ain't having the same problem.
Chris, you have an echo in the back when you talk.
Yeah, I hear it too. I think it might be coming from the lake.
How am I echoing? I don't have anything going on.
Yeah. Put your microphone on me real quick, Lene. Let me see.
Chris, that's you echoing like that.
It is?
Mm-hmm. No, so now it's not.
Yeah, I think that's
right.
Lene. So,
yeah,
I don't think it's me.
Yeah, it's all good. So, Carlotta, keep on there. I'll be with y'all shortly. Keep on. Because I hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
Carlotta dropped it.
I mean, my thing is, I can be, like, I'm the type of person, the crazy thing about me is, I don't have a need to be right. You understand what I'm saying? So if you dispute me, I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get mad with you. I mean, I don't have a need to be right. See, my thing is, where I'm coming from is not ego-based. You know what I mean? I honestly give a damn. You know what I mean? And I felt as though it was a blessing by me having a boy child. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's a man now because he's grown. The thing was, I felt like the spotlight was on me.
Hello?
I'm still here.
Did Carlotta drop off?
I don't know.
Carlotta?
It just got quiet.
Yeah, I was like...
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Now I was just saying, you know, I felt blessed to be to have a male child because I had a lot of spotlight on me and the expectation to fail that male.
Oh wait, Lene, can you press mute?
I don't know if anybody knows what that feels like when everybody around you, you know, is banking on the fact that you're going to make your male child a little faggy. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to make him, you know, soft or emotional and this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? And everybody was like banking on me doing that. And I was like, I look at the black men that I see, you know, and the problems that I had. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want that for my son. You know what I mean? I want him to be proud to be born biologically male. You know what I'm saying? It's like my son, he got his first little job when he was 13 years old, right? And not once, and it wasn't like, oh, mommy taking my money. Oh, nah, save your money, bruh. Because I did him right. I didn't have him give me his money, and then when he needed personals and stuff like that, you know, he's coming to me, mommy, can you get me this? Can you give me that? My son learned early. You mess up your money, you got to make it right. So if you sit up here and you buy $200 tennis shoes, but you need deodorant come next week, how you going to do that? So he learned, you know what I'm saying, early on. You know what I mean, how to manage his money. You get your needs before you get your wants. You see what I'm saying? That's why to this day he's not very materialistic for to be a young black fella. You know, when it comes down to females, I just basically told him don't take no mess off of no females. I mean, I told him about the ones that grin and smile, you know, and be there, do that little, I'm there for you, this and the third, but it's steadily reaching in your damn pocket. Yeah, I told him about them too. So he knows how to peep all kinds of game from a female perspective. Personally, I should have my woman card revoked from the shit that I taught that boy. Because I didn't want him to be, I didn't want him to be like misinformed I'm like this. If my child was going to be fucked up some kind of way, I'd rather have been the one to do it. You know what I mean? I didn't want somebody else to be, you know, telling him, well, this is what you need to do to be a man, and this, that, and the third. Do what? He needs to know how to manage money. He needs to, you know, how to look at himself. Before you can sit up there and complain about everybody else, look at yourself. You know? And I told my son, I said, you get the females, you attract the females that, you know, basically represent how or who you are at the moment. I mean, he got messed up. You know, he did some stupid stuff. You know what I mean? He got down on it. He got away from home. In other words, when he got in the military, he was away from home. He talking about he missed home. Not me. He just missed being home. You know, he missed home, this and the third. So he got up with this chick. Now, mind you, he feeling at his low point, right? Okay, he got with a low point bitch. You see what I mean? Next thing you know, he got a child name. Right? So now he done got back up. He feeling good. And guess what happened? He don't want to be with her. He'll take care of his child. That's first and foremost. He's very adamant about that. But he don't want to be with her. And I constantly, he didn't listen, because sometimes children don't listen to you. I constantly told him, when you feeling low about yourself, do not establish no relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feeling bad, you feel like you don't got no money, you don't feel like you're doing enough for yourself, don't get into no other relationships with nobody at the time. You take that time to get yourself back up on track. Because what happens is, when you attract somebody to you, when you feeling bad, when you get to the point where you get yourself together, guess what? They still going to be sitting there looking all stupid and feeling bad. Because, see, y'all had something in common and shit when you wasn't feeling like you was shit. So what ends up happening, you got to stop doing your progress, your progression, you know, your positive upper lateral movement. You got to stop your shit to pull their ass up. You see what I'm saying? And next thing you know, that takes time. Because you got to stop doing what you're doing to make them feel better. You see? That's too much work. That's too much work. You know, when you just should only establish relationships when you're in a good place. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. So it is what it is. It makes it less, you know, less drama in your life. You know, it makes less drama and confusion. Because, I mean, I don't know about you all, but have you ever been with somebody that, you know, seem to be like, can relate to everything that's kind of miserable and shit? And then when you don't feel miserable no more, it's like they still on some more. Why you trying to act all brand new? Well, what you gotta go do that for? Well, why you want to do this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you gotta explain you gotta explain everything to them and shit. It's like, damn, I'm in a good mood. Why can't I go out now? Why you wanna go out? You know, it's just gross. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. I've dealt with something like that before, so I was just curious, has anybody else ever dealt with that?
I mean, I have friends like that, male friends. It's like, when it comes to relationships, I mean, the girl you see in the picture right now, that's my first ever girlfriend, to be honest. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
She's pretty.
I don't mean to speak bad of her, but like, the only reason I really got with her at the time is because the girl I was with before in community college, she ended up leaving me, and I was really heartbroken and lost my job. Well, you know, this girl was available for the moment. I said, fuck it. And eventually she brought up the question of being exclusive. So I said, okay. But she's loyal, holds it down, everything like that. But I mean, I think at times we're not necessarily extremely compatible, but we have history. And I don't feel like she's necessarily keeping me down, but I feel like if I escalate too farther up, I'll eventually lose interest in her and hurt her feelings. That's how I feel. But I do care about her. So I can relate to that type of connotation.
Right, I could dig that.
If that makes sense.
I think so. I mean, it's all in the way that you know what I'm saying? I mean, the best way I always knew to know if somebody really loves you is based on how much you love yourself. You feel me? It's like you can't get somebody to do it for you. You got to do it yourself. Feel me? So it's like when you get into something with somebody, it's like if they come close to something that you can identify as being love for yourself, then it's like, oh, all right, this person is worthy of my time. But if they don't really come, you know what I'm saying, with that something that you can recognize as being like love for yourself, then they not worth your time. Bottom line, I don't care how good they look. I don't care what they got, because really, men shouldn't be going by what a woman got. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, that should be irrelevant, because if you're a powerful man, you know what I'm saying, if that woman is not where she need to be, you can definitely pull her up, and she will follow you because she see that you're a strong man. She already see that you're not going to tolerate no bullshit, so she can't bring no bullshit to you. It's either she got two options. Either go down, she be down for what you saying, or she leave. You see what I'm saying? It's like you only get two options. It ain't no, well, I'm going to try to, you know what I'm saying, get him to listen to what I say. No, it's not about what you say. See, the thing is, this shit out here that's going on right now is backwards. The man's supposed to be head of household, head of relationship, head of all that shit. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And it's backwards. I'm a woman and I'm saying that. You feel me?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Because for her though, it's like I lead it and she's comfortable with that. I don't act like some of these pussy whip dudes. Like I learned that from the last girl I was with, how to continue to be a man in the relationship. It's been going good, but it's like I feel like I learned it the wrong girl at the wrong time. That's it.
But I'm saying, but that's where a lot of men screw up though. They stop being who they are. You understand what I'm saying? If you was somebody before you met this girl, right, you would like go hang out with your friends or go watch the game over their house. You're not supposed to stop doing that shit. You're not supposed to let no female tell you what you can't go over Robert's house. You understand the fuck? What do you mean? I've been going over Robert's house before your ass even got here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to accept that shit from nobody. Always remain you, because once a female realizes she can break your ass, that's when the damn table flip. That's when you become the bitch and she become the nigga. Dead ass. I lie to you not.
Exactly. That's what we're seeing today in the modern household. Look how dudes are when they get kicked out because of child support or things like that. He's emasculated by getting an allowance as a grown man, having to pay to see his own creation, his child. Think about that.
That, you know what? That's another thing. I think like before when Chris had this panel, right? I stated that I don't like the issue of child support, and I'm gonna tell you, I think they put the stipulations of jail time and taking your license and this and the third because they knew. I feel my opinion now. I feel as though they knew that it would be more brothers that be messed up behind it. You see what I mean? So how is it a way that we could get more brothers on paper? Oh, all right, we'll attach jail time to non-payment of child support. You understand what I'm saying? Because they knew it was going to be more brothers, you understand, that is on non-support than anything. You see? So that's how we could get more people on paper. Then we got less voting from the black community. Because, I mean, you can't vote if you got, jail record, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it all ties into the breakdown, of the black community. It's no excuse. It's just something to recognize. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I understand it. So we're going to try to go head on and make it better. That's what we should do there. Like we should recognize what is fucked up and try to make it better and move it, keep it moving. Instead of being stuck and warning about how messed up something is. It's like, shit, you want to stay there, you going to be there for the next 200 goddamn years. I'm like, this shit fucked up. You see? It's like change. You could probably, it's like come together, and maybe change the law when it comes down to child support, where, the law can be changed because it's like, well, how much sense does that make if you're going to tell me that I owe child support, but you're going to lock me up? How the fuck I'm supposed to pay it?
I mean, like, they shouldn't even just charge child support. How about actual child involvement? How about that?
You know what? Child custody, custody or visitation, this and the third, right? And child support is supposed to be two different things, okay? Let me tell you, in a lot of cases, it's not. Sometimes the law can bend on certain things depending on who the goddamn master or judge is. And I'm saying this from experience because my ex-husband, he wanted out-of-state visitation. He was in Connecticut. I was in Baltimore. Now, this fool already told me of his living arrangements in Connecticut. So I'm like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? But he was never unable to see his children. I'm like, you can come here. Well, to make the long story short, he just wanted to take my ass through the court system because, mind you, I divorced him. Okay, here we go with the baby mama drama in reverse. Okay, so he went and filed for out-of-state visitation. So by doing that, mind you, I didn't take him down child support. That's not the first damn thing came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't deal with no child support, this and the third. We go to court. Instead of her sticking to the issue of out-of-state visitation, she said, well, I see here what it is that Mr. Timber is petitioning the court for. She said, then she turned around and said, does Mr. Timber pay child support? Damn. So he opened up that can of worms on himself. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to mess me up. He messed himself up, which really is not a mess up because I didn't hold him. She made it so that the child support order was to me. Like he had to give the money directly to me. But my thing is, bruh, I'm going to work with you. Because first of all, you trying to get yourself settled. You got to get an apartment. You got to pay this. I can hold this shit down over here. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I request of you is to spend time with your children. Because like I always say, children will remember what you told them more than what you bought them. You understand what I'm saying? So we kept that type of agreement within ourselves, you know, unto ourselves, right? And that worked out. My daughter's 18 years old. And that's how we did it. I would call him if I fell short of something like that or I didn't have enough. I would call him, and he didn't mind. You know why? Because I wasn't fucking with him from month to month, year to year. So when I called him and said, look, you know what I'm saying, you got $200 or something like that, you know, and he felt as though that ain't no damn problem because he knew I was good for it. Because I don't bug him like that. My children, you know, are hella more valuable. It mean more than $1, a price, some kind of monetary. They don't have no monetary value. You know what I mean? So we kind of raised them kind of like on a friendship tip. But he had to get past the fact that you and I not going to be together anymore. Because if I'm not going to make myself be with somebody know damn well I don't have no respect for them. Because all I'm going to do is go outside, if you understand what I'm saying. And it ain't going to work. Because you're going to have this arguing and all this disrespectful shit going on in the house. I didn't want my children to be subjected to that. So I'm like, look here, partner. Let me stop you right here. Sign these damn papers. This shit over with. I can't do this no more because I ain't no lying-ass person. If I'm not feeling you no more, I'm not feeling you. I'm not going to make some shit work if it don't work. I don't give a damn. We can have like 50 damn kids together. That don't make no damn difference. And these children grew up the right way. They wasn't damaged because we got a divorce. The devil's alive. They ain't go through all that bullshit. They understood. Mom and daddy didn't get along, but mommy and daddy get along better since we ain't been together. Sometimes it worked like that. And let me tell you, he went on to have another little child. He has another little girl. And he has a lady in his life. And I love her to death. Me and her got more in common than a little bit. She is an only child just like me. You know what I'm saying? She's much younger than him. But he needed to be with somebody weaker to force him to become stronger. You see what I'm saying? At the time we was together, he was weak. And then by me not having a lot of patience, it's like, look, this ain't working. You understand what I'm saying? Because I put in like 8 years with this man, you know, that little wanting, and I can't. But they don't like me on my job, and they looking at me funny, and I might get fired. And I'm like, look, bruh, in the meantime, we got to raise children. We got to maintain and establish a stable household for these children. You understand what I'm saying? And you worrying about who like you or who don't like you. I ain't got time for that. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that happened. I'm be honest with y'all, you know. But like now, he good. He don't be jumping from job to job no more. He's more stable, you know. And most females will be jealous because they be like, oh damn, he get the shit right when he get to the next broad or the next child. He's supposed to do better. Years later, if that nigga wasn't doing better, that mean I must have really picked the wrong goddamn dude. You know what I'm saying? That shit would make me feel bad. It's like, nigga, you supposed to be somewhere. It's 9-10 years later. You're supposed to be doing the damn thing. You're supposed to have progressed and grown. Because I look at like I say, I look at it as an embarrassment. If you ain't bought some shit 10 years after we together, that make me feel like I got bad judgment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't shit because we not getting along. It may just be that we don't get along. That's not to say that, that's not to dismiss you and say that you ain't shit as a man just because we don't get along. What that mean? I can't discredit you like that. It don't make sense to me.
All right.
I'm done. Y'all go ahead and run your mouth. I'm done.
All right. Again, like I say, I appreciate you entertaining the people till I got on. Jay, did you have any problem getting in? Yeah, she is. Jay, did you have any problem getting in?
No, man. No, I just got in here about 2 minutes ago.
Okay, because Paul said me he had a problem getting in. I just sent out the link to everybody, so everybody was like they want to get in and say something, but ain't nobody here. And nobody is here. No.
Ain't nobody got to be here. People just going to speak up and say what you saw in their mom for real.
Alright, well, yeah, I guess the show must still go on with that, so y'all put y'all microphones on mute real quick. Let me do a little introduction.
No problem.
Did Jay freeze up?
I ain't froze.
Alright. Yeah, it looked like he froze up. Alright, people, ladies and gentlemen, to the people who are watching and the people who is on the panel, and to the people hopefully that is coming to the panel a little later, wherever the case may be, I'm your host, Chris Thorns, and the topic of the show is our parents being parents or friends when it comes to their children. I want to explain a little bit why I came up with this subject. My homeboy, Paul, which he should be joining in a minute if he can get in, it really started with him. We had a young lady that wanted to join our little group or whatnot. I'm not going to say her name, but she's not here to defend herself. But y'all might know what I'm talking about. Paul comes to me and says, young lady wants to join our little group. And when I heard the name, I was just like, nah, bro, get her age first, because I think she a little bit too young to be sitting up here listening to grown people talking or whatnot. And her age was confirmed that she was 15 years old. So, I mean, I can't do that. You know, I'm 36 years old. There's nothing me and a 36-year-old, there's nothing me and a 15-year-old can talk about, let alone all the grown people that's going to be on this show or whatnot. Ironically, later on that day, she tried to get on Tommy's show and pretty much got treated out by him. You know, I mean, he didn't just go crazy ballistic on him, but, you know, he just kind of told, you know, hey, I told you about coming in here so late. You know, I'm already getting a lot of bullshit for people who fuck with me all day, and this right here ain't gonna do nothing but add on to the problem or whatnot, which I can understand where he was coming from. So once that happened, you know, it just made me think, is she getting on the internet talking to grown people or waiting till late night to get on the internet? Does some folks really know what she's doing? So I just thought, you know what? And she's probably not the only one, you know, so I want to make this my next topic, you know. When it comes to these kids and teens, are these parents really looking at what they doing, or they just be like free and be like, oh, go on, boy, go on, girl, do what you gotta do. We cool like that. We cool like that. We cool like that. And then another reason I came up with this topic is because I remember a long time ago, I don't know if y'all remember this thing they had back in the day called Black Planet.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody named Mama used to be on that damn thing. And I remember I went to the library one day and I saw these two young girls sitting at the computer. Couldn't be no more, probably about 12 or 13. And when I walked past the computer, I looked, and these young girls was looked like they was on Black Planet. And I'm just like, what the fuck is a 12 or 13-year-old girls doing on Black Planet? That is not a website for children. What are these parents are doing with these kids nowadays? Are they teaching them anything, or they just let them run free? Or, which I know a lot of them is doing, they letting them run free, and really don't give a damn. Because I know back when I was growing up, I'm an 80s baby. You had to be in the house before the lights come on. You still outside when the lights come on. Guess what you finna get when you get in? You finna get ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's why I say, you know, this topic, everybody talks about it once in the blue moon, but I don't think it gets talked about much. So I say, hey, maybe I want to try to make a change, or they, you know what I'm saying, bring this subject up, you know, so especially for people who have kids. And I'm saddened right now because I really want to hear from guys who got children. And Redemption just sent a message, said he got a headache, so he's going to miss the live chat. So his head hurting him. Oh, that's a loss, because, you know, their brother got knowledge too. Also, Britt Tanya, who was on the last show, also said she had a headache, so she won't be joining us as well. So now him saying it, you know, let me think there's something in the air, you know. So that's two good people. Yeah, so that's two good people they won't be joining the show. So hopefully Paul can get in. Huggy should be getting in a minute. So you know, everybody who say they want to come on is not on right now, but hopefully they will come on a little later. So still, let's go on with the show. I ain't gonna let this spoil. Let's go on with the show. So y'all heard the reason. And Chris, I hope you feel better, bro. And Britt, I hope you feel better too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. So y'all heard why I came up with this topic. You know, Carlotta, I think you say you got kids. Let me start off with you. So, based on what you just heard, what I said, anything you disagree with, or you just want to add on to what I say, or what?
I could add on to it. As far as like what you were saying about the girls being on Black Planet, it kind of ties into what Tommy be talking about. How about like there's not a strong male role model in the house. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, even today, like a lot of these teenagers nowadays, they are young adults, females, they have daddy issues, okay? You know, and it's like, you know, of not really being there and this, that, and the third. So they have this expectation of what a father is supposed to be, but they place it onto a mate. So in other words, in their mind, a father is supposed to take care of their daughter, is supposed to, you know, have some stability and things like that. That ultimately becomes the responsibility of the boyfriend, husband, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? This is where that stuff comes from. You know, because of their, how do you say? I wouldn't say fantasy, but because of their, like, ideology of what a father's supposed to be or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like delusional. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, Cosby might have messed it up for everybody, but you know, the Cosby Show, but like, damn, Cliff was a good dad. I wish I had a father like that. You know what I mean? So my thing is, with my kids, I wasn't like, I didn't beat my kids. And look, it's crazy because we live in the hood. They went to a hood school and they hung out with hood kids, and they weren't sheltered. You know, they didn't go to church every 5 minutes, or I didn't have them in what do you call it, practice and stuff like that. I mean, they grew up just like that. Basically, a lot of other hood kids did, but I didn't beat them. I made them think, put it that way, because I'm like this. I call myself raising my kids for success. You understand what I'm saying? So when they get out there in the world, they're not gonna have to deal with possibly anything physical. They're gonna have to deal with more mental shit. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing was cause to create some kind of strength in their mind for them to be able to deal with some shit. It's like, okay, what do you think? Well, why did you do this or whatever? You know what I'm saying? I made them, ownership, take responsibility for their actions at a young age. You understand? I taught them that. Whereas they looked at it as like, fun and games, because I used to do reading contests, dance contests, because I have 3 children. And my son, he was 4 years older than his sister. So I would have them all, like one would stand up in front of all of us, and we would critique that, that particular child that was reading or doing this, that, and the third. So once they got older, they knew how to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? If you say that you don't like some shit about my children, or you try to be confrontational, they'll blow your ass off. They ain't paying you no mind. Because I taught them how not to be superior. You understand what I'm saying? They can learn how to fight all they want, because all they got to get scared. All they got to do is get scared and beat the shit out of somebody. Anybody can do that. But can anybody know how to think? Does anybody know how to think and think on their own? Because mama not going to be around all the time. And just like these teachers, they had got to the point where they was letting the children use calculators. And my children said, Mommy, we get to use a calculator at school. I said, the devil's a lie. You going to work that shit out on paper. And to me, they said, well, Mama said, why I got to do that? And I said to them, let me tell you something. You may not have a calculator all the time. So you got to have your mind geared up to where as though you know how to hit them damn numbers off the top of your damn head. You know what I'm saying? You may not have access to that calculator all the time. So I want to make sure that y'all know how to do the basics and the old way of shit. You know what I'm saying? Before you start, before y'all start really getting into this new way and this technology stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I always had this mentality like technology can blow a fuse all over the world tomorrow. The hell is anybody going to do? You got so many people that's so dependent upon, an iPad, text messaging, this, that, and the third. That if you take that shit away from them, they can't think. They act like life is over. So my thing was, I need to make my children, be able to deal with, in the event. Not saying that shit gonna happen, but just in case, you ready. You can still stand the hell up. You can still get shit done. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. It's funny it's funny you said that about the technology thing, because you about the second or third mother I heard said they rather their kids stick with paperwork versus doing stuff on a computer or a laptop or something like that. So I find it interesting to hear a third mother say that. I find that very interesting and whatnot. And I kind of agree with you in a sense, because a lot of them don't use it what it's supposed to be used for. They like to sneak it and try to do other stuff. But a lot of schools restrict you from going to other pages anyway on computers or whatnot. So I like that point you made. Let me pass on to Chris Grant. Chris, what you think about it, brother?
Well, yeah, she's right. I don't have kids since I'm so young, but I can only give so much input. Well, you're definitely right. It's good to give your children independence, not coddle them, and also make sure they understand accountability and responsibility. Because we've seen time and time again through Tommy's articles what men growing up without that type of accountability and responsibility instilled within them do. They rob, they kill, they simp, etc. And the girls, they whore out and they do the same thing their mothers did. So the good thing Carlotta really did that with her kids to actually instill the right values within them. Like my mom was the same way. Like I was the product of a single mother, and my older sister was too. But like my mom came from Jamaica and she always valued education. And she always said, do this, and that, and the third, study. You're going to college, do the work. You're sick, you're going to school every day. And it's like she also raised me not being materialistic. I got a lot of video games and stuff growing up, but I didn't get all the Jordans and Polo. So it's like I didn't really care about that degree. And I only stopped playing games when I was younger. So I focused more on what can I actually get out of something practically in my education rather than just looking the part to appeal to people in my age group. I'm still kind of like that. I mean, I like having a good outward appearance, like dressing nice, but I've known people who actually would steal candy and stuff to actually go and support and fund their outward appearance of buying like Gucci and Fendi and things like that. Fendi. So it really depends on the values you instill in your kids. You want to be the best ball player, have the best looking shoes, grow up and be an entrepreneur or actually be a beneficial member of society. That's just my 2 cents about it.
Okay, okay. Jay, what about you, brother? What you want to input on that? Yo, Jay.
My bad, bro. I'm at the store. Yeah, pretty much like my mom. My mom was the same way, dude. Like, better get your ass in the house before the street lights come on. I remember I used to play basketball at my boy house. It was like directly across the street. My mama yell out the fucking door before it even get dark and shit. Like, it was crazy. Growing up, I was like, I was a video game head. I still am now, but my mom made me read books, on different shit. Even though I like to read like sports books and shit that had to do with like different sports, but my mom had me into books. Like I couldn't turn on that video game unless I got at least like an hour of reading in and shit, you know. So pretty much, I didn't get into the internet. Well, I'm still young, so I don't have no kids. I'm only 24. But I didn't get into the internet for real like until like middle school, almost high school. So that's around the time like technology was starting to really advance.
Right, right. Lene, I see you back on there. You got a son.
How long you been on, Chris?
Huh?
How long you been streaming?
What now? Probably about an hour now. You know, I was doing some things, and Carlota kind of kept everybody entertained while I was doing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I've probably been streaming probably about an hour now. I can't see what the time is on here, but you know, I've been on for quite a minute though. That's why I'm trying to see where everybody at. You know, I had especially some females. I had a couple females saying they got some stuff they want to say, but nobody ain't coming. Sent out the link and everything, but I guess they'll slowly start coming in. So, you know, but we're still gonna try to make the best of it with the people who we got now. Paul still sent the message say he still can't get in. That's interesting. That's interesting. But Lene, you got a son. Did how did you monitor him if you did? When he used to be on the internet as a young child growing up, or did you let him get on a computer much, or what?
Yeah, I did allow him on the internet. It was very limited a time during the day, and I very much monitored where he was, where he had been. Of course, at that point, we only had the one desktop PC. It wasn't like every phone and every tablet and every gizmo and gadget has its own internet connection like it does now. So it was a little bit easier at that point.
Okay. What are some things? What would you allow him to do on the internet as a young man growing up? What would you allow him to do? Or how long would you allow him to be on the internet?
I guess it would depend upon whether it was a school day versus a non-school day. School days, it was 30 to 45 minutes, depending upon his homework and his grades at that point in time. Non-school days, he was allowed up to an hour. Most of the time, it was a matter of getting information for whatever particular video game he was playing at the time, to get additional gaming information and whatnot. But he wasn't, and then, of course, anytime he had a school project, that didn't include it onto his personal time. That was in the homework time, and that didn't get it counted against him.
I got it. When you did let him on the internet or whatnot, did it interfere with his grades, or did he pretty much keep his grades up?
He pretty much kept his grades up. I was one of those that was pretty strict on watching the grades and kept close eye on when the interim reports came in from school and that type of thing. And if there was an issue, technology was the first thing that went. that was the best grounding I ever had, was pulling technology away.
Yeah, I know how to hit us hard.
Right.
Y'all take that video game away.
Absolutely.
Everything that we love, y'all go for that first. They heard anybody on that one.
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
Okay. What'd you say, Carlos?
I just wanted to make a comment. She's black for real, because the irritating thing is about the school system nowadays. They expect these kids to do everything on the internet, right? But this is what gets me. They have that expectation as far as the inner city children. Okay, get this though. There are some children that when they get out of school, they gotta come straight home and watch their younger brothers and sisters. By the time their parents get home, doing whatever the hell they was doing or whatever, the library is closed, especially to these people that don't have a computer and this, that, and the third. Do you understand what I'm saying? Next thing you know, the child is failing because they didn't do that assignment that was meant to be done on the internet. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's horrible, because a lot of these little inner city children are just as smart as a whip, but they can't get the assignments done because they don't have internet access or a computer. And like I said, by the time they're able to really go up there to the library and all that, it's closed. So that's something else that needs to be addressed as far as public school system within the inner city. Don't be having these children sitting up here, you know what I'm saying? These teachers, they got lazy as hell. They don't want to, like, check the work. They want to go through the computer and use Microsoft Word and all that. You know, these, applications, to make it easier to grade the stuff just in the third, instead of doing old school with a blue pen or a red pen or a black pen and a red pen. You understand what I'm saying? It's like everybody want to depend on everything technology, and the children, a lot of the little children are losing out.
Do you have like computers and things at your home? I mean, which I'm sure you do. Anybody got a laptop or things like that?
But I did a lot of interaction with my kids, so it was like with them, even like my girls are still home with me, they 18, my son is in the military, but with them, I was more funny or more entertaining than the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because I always had them interacting with each other and interacting with me. And it wasn't in a friendship way. They knew I was mommy, but it was like I allowed them to express themselves. How you feel? You don't like when your brother did this? Okay, why you do this then? You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying about making the children, think. Teach them how to think. That will help them to grow. You know what I mean? If all you're doing is beating them as a form of discipline or whatever, you know what I'm saying? To me, I just felt as though all that does is make them mean and give them excuse to do bad stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, mother used to beat me all the time. I've seen so many kids get beat for nothing, just because they said, "Mommy," and next thing you know, she going off. Why? Because she mad at her man. She mad because she ain't got no damn money. Now you gonna take all that damn energy, you know what I'm saying, that you done accumulated in your grown world, and then you gonna put it onto that child. That's some evil ass mess. I tell you, that's evil as hell. And so many people do it. That child ain't your fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not that child's fault your ass ain't got no money. It ain't that child's fault that your man don't want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? But these little children go through so much now that it breaks my heart, Chris. It really does. I've seen so many women dress their ass off, and the children got big old limp balls in their head, hair ain't done, their clothes look a damn mess. Talking about his daddy ain't sent him no money. The fuck? Excuse my language, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, you mean to tell me this child, only time they going to experience a come up is if their daddy gives them some money? Wow. Now I'm going on mute.
Yeah, I done heard females use that too, and I really think, they're just a lousy excuse or whatnot. Let me What up, homie?
Oh shit, think about it, man. Just look at all of the brothers that's locked up. I'm pretty sure they had a mama or grandma that beat the shit out of them, so no, that shit doesn't help.
My mom didn't beat me like that, so that's why I don't do stupid shit. I mean, she would just be verbally abusive, but not physically.
Yeah, my mom was more my mom used to verbally whoop my ass more than
Yep.
times to beat my ass physically.
Look
Yes,
like
sir.
Paul is having trouble getting in. People, I don't know what's going on. He said he's trying to click to get in, but it's not letting them get in for some odd reason. So, damn, I'm taking a lot of L's on this one,
Well,
man. I don't appreciate this. I don't appreciate this. I'm taking a lot of L's, man.
must
I
get a
don't like
computer
this at
because I
all.
got in fine.
You did? Look like everybody did. Man, I don't know, man. I'm taking a lot of L's on this one, man. I don't want to stop the show, man, and just do a regular hangout. But no, I'm gonna keep on going though. I ain't gonna be discouraged, so because some more people might see it and get in. So, let's just keep it going, man. We just see how it goes. See, Grant. One of
Yeah.
the things I was talking about um when I first posted everything on Google Plus was one of the things I talked about how mothers would probably let their daughters walking out the house looking out hoochified and they cool with it and they talk to them like, girl, you looking sexy, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? All this other stuff and getting on their butt about, you're not finna leave the house looking like this. You supposed to be representing me, not representing no whore. And you got some mothers that let their sons go out the house, pants all sagging all down to their ankles or whatnot, but they let them out the house doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Give me some input. What you think, man? You know what's going on with that, and why do parents allow this?
Oh, I can relate this to like movies like Baby Boy. In my personal life, my mom wasn't like that. It's like you had to go out representing her, like you said. So I'd always go out dressed out nice, looking the part, and I have my pants sagging down, anything like that. But the reason this happens is partially for the women. Oh, a lot of these mothers are actually just evil. In female nature, female like to compete with other females. Sometimes even their daughters. You know, a lot of times in the black community they do that. So it's like they try to put them out there as prey so they can try to get rid of the competition in a sense. That's what I believe. And as for their doing that to their sons, it's because they feel like, well, his dad was like that when I was with him. So I mean, it's just a natural pattern of things. That's just what I kind of
So,
think.
so do you think that if a lot of your children did have dads in the house, they will be more appropriate for the occasions? Or would you think would it still be the same thing? Or it depends on the dad too?
Oh yeah, it definitely depends on the dad. You have dads out there who are rapists and molesters, who are drunkards and physically abusive, etc. But let's be honest, it's like a small amount. I mean, that's pretty small. Most fathers will be disciplined and like really instill that in their kids. Like even Tommy shows the statistics. Single fathers tend to raise their kids better than single mothers. Mind you, with the exception of Carlotta and my mom and Young Jay's mom. But like aside from that, typically single mothers can't raise up kids good. Not all, and Lene. I ain't forget about you.
Mm.
But yeah, typically they don't always do that because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes my mom was kind of lazy, so I had to learn a lot of stuff outside the house through other people.
Mm.
It's just not in a woman's
Mm.
nature to teach and lead. They like to nurture. That's like even some dude I knew from Southwest Philly. He told me his life changed. He's 27 now, but his life changed when he was 9 when his dad died of a heart attack. Because he said he went from going from like 8 a.m. breakfasts to a nuclear family sit at the table. When his dad died, that crap went completely left field. And his mom had to be the leader of the house. And when she like beat him to discipline him, she took it way AWOL to the point where he actually just like screaming. But he said he couldn't even take her serious like that because she's a nurturer. And he could. This is the thing. He actually said something that actually resonates with me. He said, "We don't really respect our mothers, but we love them. We don't necessarily love our fathers. We respect them. It's like you respect the masculine figure, and you love the feminine energy coming from your mother. Because we can respect our moms and love our dads, but not as much as the reverse. Because let's be honest, it's like you kind of grow up fearing this man as your father, the strong leader, and you try to be him in essence. Women see that, they go for that strong man. Well, daughters see that in their father and look for that strong man to actually go out in the world and see. So, I mean, when you
Mm.
remove that, it's like everything goes haywire, typically.
Uh, Paul, I just saw your message where you spoke to us. I don't know if anybody else can see it, but I know I can see it for sure. If you are listening or you can still hear me, how many people are on my YouTube channel? How many viewers do it say is watching? And while you answer that, Linnea, let me go to you. How are you when it comes to your son, when it's presentable with him uh, coming and leaving the house, or how were you, you know what I'm saying, when it was growing up? Was you, how were you about him dressing and being appropriate for the occasion or whatever?
I guess I was probably one of the stricter moms of the friends that he hung around with. Pants had to be pulled up and a belt had to be worn and hair had to be out of his eyes, and you know, there were just certain things that I expected from him, and it was never questioned. Of course, I was the one that bought the clothes, so of course I didn't buy the clothes where the pants were big enough to sag down. But it just wasn't acceptable, and he knew that, and that's the way he always. So I mean, he didn't try anything other than that way.
Did you monitor the people he hung around, or you know, did you try to let him have a little freedom about who he hang around, or you going to catch what you can, or was you like a hawk?
I think I was a happy medium. You know, if he was going to be at a friend's house, I wanted to know that friend and to know that there was adult supervision at that house. I was not one of those people that, you know, I had to be, you know, right there on top of him. If he had friends over at our house, they could be in his room. They could, you know, play and, you know, run around outside with check-ins periodically and that type of thing. But I didn't allow him to go a lot of places unsupervised. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's just what I didn't allow, because I didn't want him to be one of those kids that were getting in trouble, going the wrong way, doing the wrong thing, hanging out in the wrong place, and being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
How did you feel about him spending the night over at the people's house? As a matter of fact, I'm asking y'all all day, you know, by you having a son, how was you about him spending the night at other people's house? And my Lord, I want you to answer the same question as Jay and Chris. Y'all can tell me how y'all folks was about y'all spending the night over other folks' house. Would you go ahead, Lene?
Again, it was a matter of whether there was adult supervision and whether I knew that particular person. Anytime that it was going to be an overnight thing, I was a little bit more strict as to know who they were spending the night with, who else was going to be there, and what parent was going to be the responsible party for those kids during the time that they were there.
If you can tell me, if you could tell me why you think a lot of parents don't do that nowadays, they just, your son or daughter can come and say, hey, can I go spend the night at son or son's house? And they just tell them gone. They don't try to go find out who it is who's going to be over there with neighborhood in and nothing. If you could tell me why you think a lot of parents do that now, instead of doing what you just said, because my grandma had a big hand raising me, and you won't go nowhere until she find out who the hell it was. So tell me why you think a lot of parents don't do that no more now.
I think it has a lot to do with technology, because they think that if they need to get a hold of them, all they have to do is pick up the phone and you can get a hold of them. But that doesn't mean that they're where they're supposed to be and who they're supposed to be with, doing what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, you need to know where they're at, because, I mean, half these people that have the kids that are hanging around in the wrong neighborhoods, or, well, I didn't think my kid would do that. Well, you didn't think. But they were hanging around the wrong crowd, and because you didn't check, you weren't a little more on top of it. I mean, part of that relies in the, you know, you've got to take a little bit responsibility for that.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Carlotta, you on next.
For the reason that she just said, like, you know, your child's supposed to be one place, and who's to say that they're there? You know what I'm saying? You know what? For that very reason, that's why I didn't let my daughters do no sleepovers. Okay? My son, he did. He got to go over to his godbrother house or something like that. But my girls didn't really have what you call concrete friends that they would want to stay over their house, because a lot of their the girls that they went to school with, they were friends today, and then tomorrow my children wear something to school or something, and next thing you know, they didn't like them or something like that. So, you know, you got a lot of two-faced stuff going on as far as like in the inner city, things like that. So it's like you don't really have that bond or that friendship development like back in the day that I did. You know what I'm saying? The children, the mentality is different now. It's always one thing that I have.
Let me just interject with that real quick. You're entirely right. You're entirely right about that fashion thing. I remember growing up in Philly, my mom couldn't afford like the Jordans and the Nikes. So I would wear stuff like Skechers and Payless stuff, and I will always get clowns for wearing clothes that look like that. And I'm like in 5th to 7th grade. I'm like, they're the same age as me, but because I can't afford that for the moment, I get clowned and ostracized. I'm like, why do guys care so much about fashion? Like, well, man, I mean, if it was girls, I can understand, but these fashion niggas acting the same way. I'm like, what the fuck?
Chris, oh my God, baby, let me tell you, honest to God, there are so many drug dealers, okay, out here, because a lot of their parents bought the shit, okay? Well, issues of their parents, they afford these. Dude went out there and started hustling because they felt as though they supposed to still stay in $200 and just in the third. A lot of parents don't realize that you can be the of your own child's undoing, you know, getting locked in I want to give everything I can. Do that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you can cause your children to have so many damn problems. You got these little girls. They didn't got wrong. And they can't make it happen. They want $2,000 pair of shoes, and they can't have. Guess what? They messing with 4 goddamn men to come up with that damn money. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of putting in work, you know what I mean, and getting a job or going to school, you know what I'm saying, to become something to afford that shit to damn self, they set up here because they got so comfortable with the fact that the parents, they give them all the time. What ends up happening, that, you know, kind of indoctrinates ends up happening, they expecting these things. You understand what I'm saying? And they start doing something strange for some change. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I know some females that get down like that. All because when they were coming up, they were spoiled. So to them, it's like, well, I'm gonna get $200 from this dude. I'm gonna get $300 from that dude. And this nigga right here, I'm gonna get about $1,500. Not looking at the fact that you was a hoe, you was officially a hoe at this point. You know what I'm saying? But they trying to compensate for what their parents either no longer can do for them or no longer is able to do for them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you right, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to all that fashion shit. Parents are the culprits. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think they're making the children wear uniforms. And they're still there, they don't good either, because then they got tennis shoes on with the damn uniform or a leather jacket or some kind of name brand coat or something. You know, and let me tell you, some children will steal from you, got good goddamn parents. That's the part that I don't understand. You got more children that still do badass shit and got 2 parents in the home and got a job. But you know what? It's called lack of attention. That child ain't getting no damn attention because the parent think it's all about stability and having a home and paying the bills and providing. It's like, what about the child though? You know what I'm saying? Have you sat down and talked to little Leroy and asked him how you feel? What he like? Damn all school shit. They come home from school, they don't want to go to school goddamn day. They want you to care about them and be interested in them as little people. You know what I mean? Like, ask them their likes and dislikes or their opinion about shit. That's what makes them feel confident. That's what builds their confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I can go to my mama, go to my daddy, and talk about anything because they got that door open for me. And I think a lot of parents need to do that. It's not considered being your child's friend, but it's getting to know your child. Because let me tell you something, the worst thing in the world is somebody to come to you and tell you some shit about your child. You get what I'm saying? In other words, somebody come to you and tell you, well, your child, you know what I'm saying, feel as though they want to do this and this and that. you feel hurt as hell because here it is, this child in the damn house with you 24/7, and they sit down and tell you nothing, and you got somebody else tell everything about how you feel. That ain't even their damn parent. That's a worst hurting thing. You know what I'm saying? As a parent can experience, I think. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Getting all your, hearing all your children's life from this life from another motherfucker.
Okay.
That would hurt me.
Cigarette with you when you were growing up. How was your folks with you as far as you spend the night over folks' house or not? Did they just let you run free, or they was like, hey, I need to know who the hell who house you going to, who's over there, what neighborhood, and all this and other. Then Jay, you go after Chris.
Yeah, my mom, she would always ask where I was going, because she was actually pretty bougie in a sense. I just kind of classify her like that. She'd be like, can't you go and bother people, or you gotta look good, this and that, can't go out and embarrass me. So she had to make sure where I was going to get the address, what time, who'd be there, make sure I was going to some girl's house, make sure I wasn't going deep into Philly, make sure I wasn't going to roam the streets, things like that, make sure I would walk outside and get jumped, etc. So, yeah, she would always ask where I was, where I'd go. But a lot of times, I just stayed in the house as a kid because, like, my neighborhood was just too dangerous, so I just couldn't go outside. They would always try to mess with me because I wasn't acting like them. So she would always tell me to go either immediately to someone's house, she'd drive me, or just stay inside. So she cared about my safety. I mean, it was kind of different. She didn't give me as much freedom because she wanted to make sure nothing would happen. But, I mean, she kept me safe. That's about it.
I just wanted to add one more thing, and I'm being honest with this. I didn't let my children, another reason, honestly, I didn't let my kids do sleepovers or whatever. Mind you, I was an only child. And let me tell you, I was always on some double O Negro shit, okay? And I was scared that my daughters would come back and do the same damn thing I did. Like Lene, like she said, you supposed to be one place, but you somewhere else, and I did that, you know what I mean? So I was kind of job scared that my daughters were going to do the same thing. That's all I wanted to say.
Jay, what about you, brother?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, my mother didn't play that shit, dude. If she ain't know you, like if she didn't know you like through like me going to school, and if she knew that you wasn't a good parent, none of that shit, and make sure there was adult supervision. My mom was super strict with that. Like she was even strict with like my homies that was like their parents was real cool and shit. Like she was strict to a certain degree with that too.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, my bad. I was ordering some food, but what's the name? Like Chris Grant said about the fashion shit, man. My mom ain't buy no Jordans and none of that shit. I ain't get to that like until like maybe like about ending high school, like my junior or senior year. I was lucky to get a pair of fucking pair of Iversons, nigga, once a year when they was hot.
Right. And you know what? It's funny you said that, man, because I never owned a pair of Jordans. Never had no desire to own a pair of Jordans. Don't get me wrong. We as people, we want the finer things in life, but I think it's all about, what I'm saying, whether you high maintenance or high class, whether you are a dude or a female, or how Tommy said,
well, look, Chris
fashion.
was right. Chris Grant was right, bro, because the dudes in like school, they grew up getting made fun of and bullied for fashion and shit. That shit ain't happened to the girls like that.
Exactly. Exactly. That's just crazy. Like, you expect girls to be more like that, but it's like dudes. Like, sometimes they really be trying to fight you and shit because they counter you. You be like, what the fuck? And they get mad. I'm like, and it's like I was 10 to 12, this shit was starting, but it happened all the way through high school. It made no sense to me. I'm like, what is this?
It happened early with me too.
Hey, I see my
About
boy.
elementary school.
I see my boy Huggy Peter finally joined the fray. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, man? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna let y'all talk, man. I'm trying to eat. What's up, y'all?
What up? What up?
Hey, are you eating a rock lobster?
Am I what?
Are you eating a rock lobster? Are you eating a rock lobster?
Well, I got the ringtone too. I'll send it to you.
All right, cool. You, Chris, you and Jay, y'all absolutely right, man. I've never been the one for fashion, you know. I mean, I'm like this, and like my grandma always told me, and I can't stress this enough. I am an '80s baby, so she like this. You ain't gotta have what all the other folks have, as long as you got clothes on your back, shoes on your feet. You ain't got shit to worry about. You ain't got a damn thing to worry about. Now, you going out naked looking like a bum and a junkie. That's when you worry. All this Tommy Hilfiger,
Chris, you got
all
feedback
this.
somewhere.
Oh, that might be Lene. Okay. Yeah, you got Tommy Hilfiger. Back then you had Jabot, Guess, Cross Colors. Yeah, shoes. At least
Boss?
Jordans, Houses. Boss. Oh yeah, Boss.
Remember that? Boss?
Used.
Yeah, used all that shit. And when you used to go to school, niggas used to love to flash that in your face. I just Tommy Hilfiger. This your boat. I paid $25 for this. I paid $50 for this. Well, I can go to a store and get a plain shirt for number like $5 or something like that, less than that. So you proud that you spending $50 on a shirt that easily tear. When it does tear, it's no good anymore. Or you going to the store buying like $300, $400 pair of shoes that's going to end up getting dirty or tore up once you wear them enough or whatnot. But then again, you got some dudes who treat them shoes like they God, you know. They get any dirt on it, you know what I'm saying? They get anything with the quickness to clean them some bitches off. I be laughing at it. I'm like, man, goddamn. And I guess that's them pretty boy days. So, y'all absolutely right about that. And which brings me to this. If any one of y'all can tell me in y'all opinion, you got some parents that do say when their kids mess up, well, since you fucked up, you ain't getting shit. But you got some parents, you know what I'm saying, even though their kids do fuck up, they still getting them everything that they want. And I don't think parents understand that they hurting them when they do that. Somebody give me some thoughts on that. Why do parents do that? On your opinion, why do you think parents do that?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think a lot of parents do that because they compensate for what they don't do. So if you got a parent that don't spend no time with the child, they're going to buy them stuff. Despite the fact that the child didn't earn it and ain't worthy of it, they're going to still give them something because it depreciates parents' guilt of either not being there, you know, or maybe having in the house or, you know, doing stuff in front of the child or whatever. You understand? A lot of parents do it for that reason. You know, it's basically to, like, you know, appreciate guilt with the parent. And they do it unconsciously to where so it's like your child just did something big. Why is you still buying them stuff that they want? But they do it so unconsciously, you know what I'm saying? Because they so ready to, you know, to do damage control. It's kind of selfish in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want you to come back at me and say, well, mama, you didn't do this, that, and the third, so you can't say nothing to me because I bought you them tennis. You see what I'm saying? It's like this.
So sound like more like a bribery thing.
Right. It's unspoken. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, well, I'm going to do this for you. The parent ain't going to say all that. They just going to go ahead and do the damn thing. You see what I mean? They just going to go ahead and do it. You see? So, that to me, that's pretty much, I know too many people that do that.
Carlota, I just got a message from Lene, and this is damn good. I'm glad she said this, and I'm gonna get her a chance to speak on it too. But I'm gonna let you speak on it first, before I get to her with it, because this is damn good. She says, going back to clothes issues, do school uniforms help close bullying? If I'm reading it right, she said, do school uniforms help close bullying? Because she said her son public schools require uniform, but I think a lot of schools require uniform. So, hold on, Carlo. Matter of fact, let me let Danae come in and explain this a little bit more, make sure I'm
Yeah.
reading this right. So, put your mic on mute for a minute. So,
That's coming good.
Danae, I'm reading your mic. Yeah, I'm reading your mic and go a little more detail of what you're talking about on this.
Well, I was just going back to what Jay and Chris were saying about being basically bullied by not having the latest and the greatest clothes. Well, at David's public school in Memphis, as well as in the little town that we live in now, they require uniforms. Blue, black, or khaki pants, and then any type of a polo or button-down shirt that didn't have a logo. So you couldn't use the polo or the Tommy shirt. You had to have a non-logoed shirt. Everybody, including the girls, were required to wear a belt, and their shirts were required to be tucked in. And I really think that actually helped a little bit with the bullying aspect of a lot of the school issues with the clothes. I mean, of course, they still had the shoes. My son really didn't have an issue with bullying where clothes were concerned, but I think that probably did help keep some of that down.
Okay, I think I know what you're getting at. Well, if you're going to use that logic right there, then, I don't think the uniform will stop no kids from killing anybody. They just got advanced with it, and they start doing it online now, but I don't think school uniforms had anything to do with other kids bullying, because they're going to bully anyway, and I'm glad you brought up the subject about bullying. Let me go to Chris Graham real quick. What you think, brother, what causes other kids to bully other kids? Because, of course, we know usually when bullies fucking with other folks, that mean they ain't doing shit, and they always fucking with folks who are doing something with themselves. Why do you think they do that, man? What causes that mentality, in your opinion?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up being bullied from like elementary school up until like early high school for reasons I don't know. For me, on a personal level, I think it was partially due to colorism. Because growing up, I didn't know what colorism was. I came from a family everyone had different shades of black. But I always knew in my old neighborhood in Philly, I was the only light-skinned black dude. I never really paid attention to it back then. And I always knew the other niggas who were darker would always try to mess with me, and I had no idea why. I mean, my mom didn't beat me. They could see that she loved me, and she would spoil me like with toys. That's about it. But I didn't know any of the reason they tried to mess with me. Aside from that, in school, is the fact that my aunts, who were teachers, and my mom would really put emphasis on my education. They would teach me how to read, and a lot of other guys in school couldn't read at all. So whenever the teacher asked us like participate or like spell out or read out something, dialogue, I could do it perfectly with proper diction, and then they get mad and call me a nerd or just feel inferior or something. And they would always resort to nothing verbal or mental, with always some type of physical caution to me, like trying to fight violently, always fighting. You're talking down, you defend yourself, and they want to jump you. I mean, their results to everything is violence or some type of like rap or something, some stupid shit. And I think it goes back to how they treat at home. Good.
So listening to what Lene say, how she explained the question that she was saying, do you think the uniform thing have anything to do with the bullying of kids in the school, or what would you say on what she or her take on per se?
Oh yeah, of course. It goes into things like the girls want the dude with the best looking clothes. The popular clique only hangs out if you look like this and that, like Carlotta said. That's basically it shows your status, how much money you have, and if you're actually worth showing off and being around us. That's the whole mentality is in like middle school through high school, having the best looking clothes. I can tell you from experience, me not having that, I didn't hang out with the people who were the popular clique ever, so to speak. It's like I didn't look the part. I didn't look or act the part. Yeah. So it is.
I like that, bro. Yeah. I like that. I had my little bullets too or whatnot, but see, I kind of like somewhat put that on my dad because, you know, my dad ain't just really taught me nothing when I was little, you know. I mean, he tried, but his patience wore thin real quick, you know. Then at the same time, I don't think, you know, he really just gave too much a damn for as teaching me how to defend myself and this and the other. Now I know with my grandmother, that's a different story. You know, if I came home crying, talk about somebody hit me and this, that, the other, you know, she didn't really tolerate that, you know, coming home crying in your ass whooped. You know, she's someone like either she talk the situation out or she want to type said, you gonna go back and fight instead of run or I'll whoop your ass. You know, you'll get one ass whooping from the person that you fought. You'll get another one when you get home to me. So, you know, I'm not sure that now that I'm grown now, was there a logical thing for them to do that, you know, to send you back into a fight that you didn't want to be in the first place. But I guess that was their tactics back then, you know, in showing you how to defend yourself. Actually, I would like for Huggy to get in on this since he got a little boy, but I don't know if he's still eating on that rock lobster or not.
No, I'm not. I've been waiting because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I go deep off the end. I'm starting to think that this whole uniform thing is a way to help them with the gender confusion or transgender agenda. Because if you put males and females in the same classroom, they're dressed alike or somewhat similar, you know, because it's not too much you can really consider different when you have a girl with a polo shirt on, rather, and a girl with some khakis and a boy dressed alike. The only thing that will give you an identity of who the person, who the gender is if they have a skirt, a dress, or whatever. And that's how you decipher who's what. But now, let's just say they have the male and the female in the classroom and everybody's got khakis and polo shirts on. And then you can't say anything about the fact that, well, this particular boy doesn't have breasts, or this particular boy has masculine features, but he identifies as a female, and that's just going to make it even worse. If you're talking about bullying is about to be at an all-time high now, if that's the case.
Oh, can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
You know what, Huggy? You on point with that. Let me say this. I'm in Baltimore. Matter of fact, I'm in Baltimore City. Okay, you're saying that this may tie into, I ain't even look at it like that. This may tie into like the gender, you know, the LGBT whatever, gender whatever. Let me tell you, I think you understand specifically all these things being targeted. I'm going to say this as far as the inner city, a lot of big guys out the woodwork for like young, like 15 years old, being feminine. Make the long story short, guess what? Where I live in this city, the children are wearing, you know what I'm saying, the uniforms or whatever, right? Okay, out in the suburbs, they get to wear their regular clothes. So what is it to say? They don't have an aggression, or they don't have as many aggressive children, you know what I'm saying, or underprivileged children in the city. That's bull. I mean, in the suburbs, that's bull crap. Because guess what? They're moving Section 8 out there in the suburbs. So pretty soon, you know what I'm saying, they're going to make themselves wearing uniforms, I imagine, too. The reason why I'm saying it, like, as far as the city is concerned, man, look, you said that you're into conspiracy theory, you know, things of that nature. A lot of stuff is not conspiracy. It's actual fact, okay? And right. They're targeting inner city males more so, because I don't know if it was you that I talked to the last time. Everybody's saying what's going on, and I was just talking to Chris earlier. It has to do with the food. The bullying Okay, think about it. If it's messing with your hormones, anything that messes with your hormones can cause a psychological or personality, defect or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It'll cause you to start acting different. It'll cause you to be, you know what I mean? You got some people that's more aggressive now. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the fact that what they're eating, the growth hormones, how it may affect them, it can cause them to either become more aggressive or more passive. You understand what I'm saying? Because notice how bullying has become such a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Over the past couple of years. Now, all of us, we've gone to school, in our day, sure, we had some bullies, but it wasn't nothing to do a national campaign for. You feel me?
Right.
But since they just started pushing growth hormones and injecting the food and doing all this kind of strange shit to the food, next thing you know, here we go with the bully, stop bullying campaign. You understand? It's like you can't just look at one thing without researching and discovering other things. So we hear about the bullying campaign, and then we hear about, wait a minute, they put growth hormones in the food. Now, how do growth hormones affect human beings? Okay, if your makeup is designed to create more testosterone or produce more testosterone, the alternative effect may cause you to become more feminine. Maybe that estrogen, because which a growth hormone is estrogen, maybe it affects your system different. In other words, it may cause you to become more aggressive because it's something foreign trying to change, the concept of the hormone that you produce already. So therefore, you're gonna be conflicted and act all mean and you know what I mean? And then you got some guys that are more, maybe a little bit more feminine anyway. So that's gonna make them become more feminine, because if you think about it, when homosexuals, when they want to become more womanly, they go and get estrogen therapy, estrogen injections. And that causes them to lose the facial hair, create little nubs, like little breasts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And the thing is, they go and sit up here and tell you that what's creating the breast a little bit is that gynecomastia. Well, it's called gynecomastia in the male, but that medicine they give you that kicks down and shit, they gonna say it's from that. Now wait a minute, you can't say that when you have young dudes developing a little bit of breast and they never had that goddamn medication. Now where are they getting that breast from? They getting them breasts from that damn growth hormone that they putting in the food.
Yeah, and the estrogen, yeah.
And let me tell you something. Majority of your raggedy ass food is distributed in the inner city markets.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Think about it. If you go all the way out in the good areas and this and the third, check the markets out. Compare the markets between inner city markets and markets that's all the way out in the good areas. It's a big ass difference.
Okay, speaking of bullying, let me ask Huggy P. In your opinion, brother, how did bullying go from a physical thing to the internet? I never thought there was a such thing called cyberbullying, but they saying that it does exist and it causes people to lose their life, to kill themselves, suicide, and all types of shit. So where do you think, in your opinion, this came from, or how this all got started? And why would they take to the internet to do this, to fuck with somebody?
Man, back to what I said. I'm a conspiracy theorist. The transgender thing has opened the door for many things, but remember, think about 9/11, for example. Before the towers even fell, before whatever happened that day, everything is pre-planned. You come up with this cyberbullying tactic, and then notice how, remember when it was happening, it was people with mental disorders. They threw that out the window, so now it's like transgenders who are being bullied emotionally. The last time I checked, if you're having suicidal thoughts, you're number one, depressed, number two, mental issues, and then number three, it's the lack of love you have at home. Because if someone loves you somewhere, you tend to think about their love before you harm yourself. Last time I checked, part of my study. So when these people just get online and they start crying about all these people talking about how fat they are and this and that, then they choose to kill themselves. They forget about, well, don't nobody love me at home anyway, and nobody loves me when I'm looking for love out in the public in the real world, because they call it cyber, but there's no such thing as cyber bullying. That's bullshit. You have the real world of people out there, and some of these people just tend to just bother people with just insults, such as what they do with Tommy. They stalk him, but these are real people. They're not computers doing it on their own.
Right.
They're not
Right.
by default just bothering Tommy, and it's a computer chip that's doing it. Somebody that's a human being is jumping behind the keyboard and they're tapping the words and they're spelling them out. Somebody has to actually be doing it that's real. They just remain anonymous.
Right.
So what this is that they just open the door for a lot of stuff. The uniforms, the whole thing about schools, home schools, all this is just options. And they just came up with ways to where we're going to open the door for it. Just like they said the black struggle and the gay struggle was not the same Orlando thing, the Orlando situation has opened the door to where gay people could say, well, they're killing us now. Our struggle is the same. We don't care about what you went through. We're going through it now. Y'all went through it years ago. Now they can say that.
Right. Right.
Even though I don't believe shit. That's another story.
Right.
That's another story.
Chris Grant, you got something you want to put with that, brother?
Yeah, he's entirely right. I mean, they always keep trying to compare the gay struggle or transgender struggle to the black struggle back in the day. It's like it's nothing similar. I mean, they just really try to impose that on us. And like Tommy said, we're like becoming the new face front of being gay. I mean, look when there was that gay NFL player, I forget his name, Sam or something. You guys remember his name?
Yeah.
Michael Sam. Yeah, Sam, something like that. Yeah, notice how he got all this publicity and acknowledgement just for being the first gay player in the NFL. And he had to be the first black. There's other gay people in the NFL in every sport, every male sport. But since he was the first, he actually came out with it. But it's like we had to always be the face. Look at shows like Empire. I like that show personally, but like the gay scenes kind of make me reconsider watching it at times. They really try to push that LGBT stuff on the black. First they had the gay black dude Jamal. Now they have a lesbian chick in there doing all this and that. Even on the show Game of Thrones I watch, there's a lot of gay pushing too. They're really trying to
impose what? I've never watched this show. Oh man, I gotta look out for that then,
yeah, it's gay, bisexual on Game of Thrones. Everything's on Game of Thrones stuff. But like, yeah, but I know it's on Empire. They're really trying to push it. The LGBT is going into every form of entertainment and media, but especially in the black community. Because I see more gay and transgender black people, especially black males, than white, Asian, whatever. It's really imposing us as a whole compared to every other group. Same with abortion, race mixing, incarceration. That's just what I noticed. I think they're trying to wipe us out because we go through the most of it compared to anyone else.
Have you noticed that even? Hold on, let me say this, Chris. Have you noticed in the show, or anything? Let's just not say just one show. Anything. You notice that when the gay scenes come out, they're very seductive scenes. Like they have like a strong fucking visual. Like they're kissing and hugging and caressing and nose to nose, eyeball to eyeball, that type of thing. And then it's like the opposite sex. You don't get that type of, steamy scene. It's more so like they just fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've noticed that. They get in a very elusive detail with this guy on guy, especially. And it's like two girls, it's pretty chill. But it's two guys, they go above and beyond. They got the best cinematography, effects, the background music. I'm like, what the hell?
Cause look, you watch the Empire, so you know what I'm talking about. The dude that's the producer that's coming in to help them with the shit, and he don't seem gay, and it fuck you up because you don't see it coming. And all of a sudden, he just kissed Jamal when they was in the studio when he told everybody to get out. And I was like, oh no.
Fuck me up. Let's switch the subject to that. You just did a video about the gays, LGBT, or whatever. You said some pretty, You said some pretty interesting points, man. I always have felt like that it's coming now where they trying to push this gay shit to where it's almost like they trying to force us to accept this, you know. And down here in Memphis, they had some kind of gay pride thing, and to my astonishment, when they was on the news, they had two pastors down there. And I was shocked when I saw that, you know, like, you know, why would a pastor be down there? So I don't know, was they there because they are gay, or was they down there, or they was down there trying to support the cause, whatever the case may be. But you said some pretty strong things in that video about that, and I agree with a lot of stuff you were saying. So kind of tell these people on the panel, know what I'm saying, where you was coming from on that.
Well, I was saying that basically you can't tell me how to feel about these people in Orlando. You can't tell me to cry. You can't tell me to be sad, because Lil Rico up the street and rob people on a day-to-day basis. If he gets shot down, do I have the right to say, well, this guy's a human being, he dies too? And do I have the right to be sad because he died? Yes, I do. I have the right to be sad about it. I have the right to say if he deserves to die. I'm not saying that anyone deserves to die in a certain situation. These people were just having a little fun. They were gay. They were dancing. They were having a good time. And so-called, all of a sudden, the guy come in and just start shooting. And this guy just so happened to be gay too. See, I was always told that if you can get one lie on a story, most likely the other bullshit is somewhat a bunch of fake shit too. You can't get one hole in a story. The one hole they got caught was that they tried to say it was a terrorist act. This was before they even found out how many dead bodies they had. Then all of a sudden when they found out he was gay, they said, wait a minute, we can't say that now. But right now, you know what they're doing? They're coming up with the next thing to do. They're coming up with some other landmark. Let's pick this area. Let's pick that area. You never know what they're trying to do. This stuff was already pre-planned, man.
Carlotta, you want to speak on that?
I agree with Huggy. You know, it's like, I don't understand why they just didn't say that these people got shot or whatever, but the fact it was killed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Supposedly or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, from my understanding, I mean, I can't see where this affiliated with terrorist group would target a gay club that like bullcrap. I mean, in other words, I can see it targeted a gay club that's in DC, because then you can say, well, it's probably because some politicians was up in that club, you know, and then you like use little terrorist angle that might was, you know, frequented by people that are in the upper echelon of politics or something. You
Carlotta,
yeah. I think someone was
you
wrong.
breaking her rib, man, dear.
All I heard, it sounded like she was underwater. I think her phone called.
I think she might just froze up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think
what happened?
Yeah, you were breaking her rib.
All we heard was terrorists. All we heard was terrorist attacks.
Right, I'm saying that's what I didn't. That's what I was saying. I didn't understand, because I can't see, like, when you think about terrorists, they like to do things on a big scale. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, for example, if you're going to have a terrorist that's going to target a gay club, trust and believe there's going to be senators or some people, somebody of a higher status that frequents that club, frequents the club. You understand what I'm saying? But this, from my understanding, club, whatever, Pulse or whatever, is just a basic round-the-way club. You know what I'm saying? So why would how can you associate terrorism or somebody trying to terroristically, you know, make a point with this basic-ass club? Now, if this happened in D.C., you understand, because one of the gay, up the gay clubs up in D.C., then I would understand, because it's like, oh, all right, one of them senators, that's probably a spot where them little senators go, or whatever, what I'm saying, somebody of a political background. But this is just a basic place. So that to me, bullcrap. They trying to make everybody paranoid about something for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And to me, everything looked like a what you call it when they practice?
Rehearsal.
When how you do like a drill. It looked like a drill. That's what it looked like to me. Like when I seen the news, it just looked. Put it this way, Hollywood would have did better than that. Cause you ain't see nobody like running, scared for their life. You know what I'm saying? It's like the shit just didn't look right. It just looked like a drill, like in the event something go down like this. This is how we gonna make it happen. I mean, you had people like riding up with their little pickup trucks. You know what I'm saying? Call it. Go ahead, man. There wouldn't nobody know to come with a pickup truck to help dead bodies or injured. You understand what I'm saying? Because at that point, they didn't know how many people were injured, if any at all. So how you going to get these people that's going to come out of nowhere with these damn pickup trucks? They didn't already caught one chick talking about her son, this, that, and the third. Come to find out, she a crisis actor. I mean, she was the same female that wanted to get on Wheel of Fortune or something. I mean, so it's like, go ahead, man. Come on, for real. Be for real.
One of the chicks was an intern for Fox. One of the guys got on the news said the ambulance didn't even show up. They didn't even come the same night. Because they said the
he need to be quiet. He probably had him dead.
Like, this shit is weird. Like, all that shit is weird. Then you got people, which I'm gonna get into this shit. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow. Like, just check these couple of people that say, hey, these people got shot. And I'm gonna ask them, like, hey, man, where your people at that you said they had was in surgery? Where he at? Let's talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk to him.
Yo, you got this girl. You got this girl that say she got this black girl. She kind of heavy set. She talking about she got shot in the side and it came out through her back. This went sitting on TV the next day. She home. That to my understanding, if you get shot with one of them damn bullets, you still gonna be in the hospital, right or wrong. She stood up there in the chair, giving her interview. She home the next day after this jump went down. She home describing what happened. This went bent side to side, bending over, this, that, and the third. I was like, where she got shot at? And the type of bullet, the type of gun that they was using, that'll put a hole in the bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, girl, stop lying.
You can't stop a bullet ain't not a 223. Nah, that shit gonna fuck all that up.
That's gonna do some damage.
That shit better get ate up. Ain't no going.
Hey, let me get Chris Grant a chance to say something on this subject. You got something you want to say on there, brother?
So I was kind of doing some chores at the moment. Can you kind of just give me like a slight gist of the subject for right now?
We talking about we started out talking about the video Hugger P did about LGBT. And I came in. It was like pretty much he was saying, it's almost coming to a point now they try to force this on us like we got to accept them. We got to accept them. He said a lot of strong words in that, and I told him, we had an event down here one day last week, and I guess it was a gay pride campaign or something. I told him, I was surprised that I saw two pastors down there. And I said, I don't know whether they gay or not, but he said they were down there for money. I mean, that's good logic. They probably was down there for that reason. Okay. And Ms. Carr said, they can't start out talking about it was terrorism. And she's like, that doesn't make any sense that why would a terrorist target a gay club, which that doesn't make sense either, So pretty much, your opinion, how do you feel about, this LGBT shit, like how they trying to get real powerful with it, and it does seem like that they are trying to push this as people are supposed to accept this, when really we don't have to accept it. I mean, I respect it, but I don't have to accept it. So stop trying to force it on me, And if you need more details about it, I let Huggy P tell you, what I'm saying, some things he said in the video. But if you understand what I'm saying, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I think it's horrible they're trying to force us with this. I love how like our modern day Western civilization is like a whole complete wraparound. Like feminism and this LGBT bullshit is really starting to just bring us down. I mean, like you can get fired from your job for just talking bad about a woman if she actually did something wrong, or saying this gay person is
Mm-hmm.
that. It's like, oh, you're a homophobe, but you're a sexist, and your career is fucked up, your name is tarnished. And it's like it's like political correctness, or it is political correctness trying to subjugate you and force you into actually accepting this shit, just at fear of it messing up your life. And that's the best way to really re-educate people and to re-educate the next generation into submission. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just condemn us. And it's once again this whole LGBT, abortion, race mixing, mass incarceration, chemical imbalance, breakup of nuclear family. It's really targeted mainly amongst us blacks. Like other races are affected by it too, I admit, but mainly us blacks in America. Like let's just be honest here. Like it's all that same shit to like wipe us out. And this LGBT thing is a bigger pressing issue because you cannot reproduce with a race with the same sexes. Like if you're transgender,
Okay.
that's an abomination. It says that by Darwinism in the Bible, probably in the Quran, the Jewish Torah. Like that stuff is not natural. It shouldn't be happening. I mean, if you're gay or whatever, that's you. Let's be honest here. Most people who are gay, like in some cases, were kind of touched as a child. They need enough attention. They feel like they're not understood. Things like that. Or it's a chemical hormonal imbalance. Like that type of thing. Like it's just not a natural effect. Like otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
why would we still have lesbians who are even like the bush ones look like dudes, still wanting to have sex with dudes and getting pregnant? I mean, we even heard stories
Right.
about. I've heard stories of girls in Philly. I'm not even. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. The butch and the femme would cheat on each other with men. I've seen it. I've heard about this countless times in Philly. And I guess you guys have too in your areas in America. It's like the freaking lesbian couples cheat on each other with men. Now, when it comes to gay dudes, some gay dudes are pretty absolute. They might just stick to just that shit. I mean, that's how they get down. But I mean, with girls, by biology, I don't think that's how it's gonna happen. And so I just think it's really an abomination. It's being corrupted. I mean, if people are gay like that, I'm not gonna knock them, but I'd like to pry deep into their psyche and their past to see what can be connecting issues. That's just my opinion.
Gotcha. Okay. But now you got something you want to put in on, or what? How do you feel about
I'm not going to put my 2 cents in on this issue
it? And why not?
because I am absolutely 100% opposite of everybody else on the panel.
Okay, that's the reason why we on. Go ahead. What's your view?
I have a very close family member that happens to be homosexual, and one of my very best friends happens to be homosexual, and I don't think they're pushing it on anybody. They just want to be able to live their lives and not be judged. They want to be able to go in and order a wedding cake, or to get their marriage license, or to be able to be on their spouse's medical insurance without having to justify it. It's not a matter if they want to put it in anybody's face. They just want to be able to live their lives. I mean, my close family member was with his partner for over 25 years. The partner got terminally ill, and the partner's children took over the medical care. He had no say in what happened to his partner because they couldn't legally be married at that point in time. Their hands were tied. They couldn't do anything because he had no legal recourse. And the state they were living in at the time, even though they had drafted up medical power of attorney, the kids overturned it and were making medical decisions where these two my family member had set aside what they wanted to happen if they became terminally ill.
So if I heard you right, you said one of them had kids? Or both of them had kids?
They both had children because they both, in their younger years, tried to do what society said that they needed to do. They got married, they tried to live the right way, and it was entirely too hard. So both of them divorced their spouses and years later got together as a couple. They were together for almost 25 years.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
I feel that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I respect what she said, you know, but
yeah, I do too. I do too, but I think that's kind of sad that if you are like that, why are you trying to fight it instead of just trying to let go and just be yourself? You know, I mean, I don't support the LGBT, but still, you know, just like everybody's saying, you are what you are. So there's no point in you faking a funk. But then again, there was a point in time that a lot of them was faking a funk.
Right. We're talking
coming out the college today.
This was the 1960s.
Right.
I mean, this is not.
Oh wow, dang.
It's the 1960s.
You talking way before my time, then shit. I wasn't even thought of. Yeah.
That's when you had to do everything in the closet. Like, you know, correct. You wasn't, I could dig that. But you know what?
So, both of them honestly tried to be happily married to their spouses. They really did try to do what society told them that they should do. But they were both absolutely 100% miserable in that situation, which was...
Well, here's my thing when you say what society told them to do. I don't think society told them to do anything. Because they had them feelings already then. You know, to me, who to say they was already fucking each other, you know? So, did society tell them to fuck each other? I mean, these just urges
no, they didn't.
They have, so I don't think...
My family member did not have a homosexual feeling until after he divorced his spouse. I mean, did not have a homosexual relationship till after he divorced his spouse.
So, well, that's fair. He didn't do it right, but still.
That is. Yeah, and I think that is, you know, if they did respect their wives that much, they say, hey, we're not going to fuck around to, you know, that our spouse will go or whatnot. But I still kind of find that hard to believe, but, you know, I'm not part of the family, so I can't just really say. But when they let themselves out the closet and their children know how they were, I mean, how do they really feel about it?
The children were fine with it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, let me say.
Children were fine with it because I was one of the children.
Damn, she made me choke.
Oh, okay. You just messed me up with them. You just fucked me up with them. You did.
Damn, you somewhere, girl. Oh my God. Did she go?
She just fucked me up. I didn't know you were one of them. But it still doesn't change my thought. It doesn't change my thought process. You know, I'm not supporting it. You know, that's just not something. I mean, I'm just not going to support. But at the same time, I respect the person who's like that. But I know we can't never hang out. You know, we can't never talk on the phone because there's nothing for us to talk about. We don't have nothing in common. So, so let me ask you this: are you a supporter of the LGBT? Are you a supporter, or you just trying to let it go with the flow?
Am I? Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say I'm a supporter. Well, yeah, actually, I guess I am.
Okay.
I think they should have a right to be married, and I think they should have a right to be able to be on their spouse's medical insurance. I think they should be able. I mean, do I want to see them flaunting their relationships in public? No, but do I necessarily want to see a man and woman necessarily humping in public? No, but I don't want to see two men or two women either. But I think they should have the choice. My dad's husband, or at the time, his children should not have been able to take the medical power from my dad.
Wow.
Simple. Honestly, his partner's ashes were not at the funeral because he was afraid that the partner's children were going to steal them.
But you know what, Lene? That happens in heterosexual
5
situations.
years, and we're never allowed to marry.
That happened when?
That happens in
How long?
heterosexual situations.
23 years ago, he passed away.
What did he pass away from?
Stroke, or complications from a stroke.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
You know,
interesting story.
Hey, Chris.
Let me
let me tell you this. Wait, hold on, y'all. Lene, for future references, when you on this panel with us, if you got a difference of opinion, don't act like you can't speak your mind. That's what you're here for. We're not going to agree on everything, so if you got a different of opinions, dear, speak it.
Yeah, but this was an extreme difference of opinion. Like, I very much.
So still, that's what we're here for.
You don't mind.
That's what we're here for.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
you mind, Kalada?
That's what we're here for. You know, you're not disrespecting anybody.
Let's get everybody on the panel. Kalada, do you have a problem with differences of opinion?
What'd she say?
I think she there.
I'm here.
I think she there. Kalada?
Yeah, do you have any? Yeah. You don't have no problem with differences of opinion, do you?
Wait a minute. First of all, she family. Okay, we all sitting up in here together, and just like family, sometimes have to disagree, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we still all, we still cool. You know what I mean? She can speak her mind, say any daggone thing she want to say.
Yeah, I want everybody to say it. I didn't want Chris to be the only one saying it, because this is what this hangout is about. We all not gonna agree, but we all gotta.
Right. What about you, C. Grant? You feel the same way?
Me, can I see that? But I don't like it of other ethnicities.
Kalada, you gotta get out of the water.
Swimming. Where you at? You ain't real, man.
It sounds like you swimming.
All right, listen. Okay, y'all hear me now?
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes me mad, right, is when people that are from other, ethnic backgrounds or whatever feel like they're not allowed to express themselves when they maybe outnumber another ethnicity. I'm like this. You got to speak your mind. You just like everybody else. You're supposed to be heard just like everybody else. Now, my next thing is this. When it comes down to the LGBT community, you know what? Truthfully, you know why I think they becoming so powerful? Because of the people that on the low that are in very high positions that are backing that damn thing. You understand? Because mind you, a lot of the industry, like the media, entertainment industry, this, that, and the third, a lot of those higher ups are homosexual themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got powerful people behind something that that you promoting or whatever, man, it's going to just be it's going to be grand. You understand what I'm saying? They got a lot of power behind that organization. But they can't tell you the specific people that's behind it. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to sit up here and tell you that so-and-so, because then you be all into that business. You be like, oh, so-and-so must be gay then. You understand what I'm saying? So they're not going to tell you the powerful people that's behind it. But there's a whole lot of power behind that damn thing. A lot.
And see, just like I was saying, just like I was saying, I don't support it. You would never catch me in none of their events because that's not me. But I will respect you that that's what you is. I'm not finna try to debate you or try to go out my way, try to get you to change your mind. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I like coochie. You like the opposite. It is what it is. But I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm not going to attend none of your events or none of that because we do not have that in common. That's where we're going to part ways at. But if I see you out the street, when I know you, hey, what's up, how you doing, bro? How's life treating you? All right, cool. We go our separate ways. But just to try to go out and protest against you, I got much better things to worry about than protest against it. Fuck it. It is what it is. So just like Ms. Carr said, don't ever do that. Speak your mind. If you disagree, you just disagree. If it leads to a debate, it is what it is. We didn't give Chris Grant a chance to answer. Chris, do you have a problem with somebody with difference of opinion? Greg.
No. I think everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and opposing viewpoints are necessary. Following a monolith isn't good. So I don't knock people who have a different opinion. Man. I mean, believe what you want. It is what it is.
Exactly. So hey, everything is good here, dear. So I don't want to let you know for future references. Don't ever be afraid to speak your mind, even if you do got different opinions. Go ahead. We all in this together. So,
Chris, let me be clear. Also, as far as my personal opinion, I have no problem with homosexuals. I think if they want to get married, fine, let them get married. I don't dislike. When I say agenda and when I say pushing it on people, prime example, Love and Hip Hop. They had the situation where there's a transgender on the show and she's forcing people, like literally going at people because they have an opinion about something that had nothing to do with her. For example, Scrappy was like, he's tired of people where he's tired of having to ask the question about girls with, I think he said yearbook pictures or something like that to prove that they're actual women because you don't really know. So this individual is approaching him. You said this on social media, and I'm like, this is the second time she's done that. She's approached Waka Flocka's wife about it because they were trying to do business, and she was like, I don't want to do business with you because your husband has a problem with transgenders. And I'm like, all he just says, I don't agree with it, and I don't think it's right. You know what I'm saying? Do I hate him? No, I don't hate him. I just don't think it's right. I ain't got no problem with him. People do business with him that's homosexual. That don't mean he doesn't have a disliking or something. It's just like, I don't like guys that sell dope. I don't like guys that do crime. But I know some guys that do crime and sell dope. I know them. They come to my house. They speak to me. We speak. We say, hey, I ain't finna go out there and do it with them. However, I don't want people to have the wrong idea because some people don't understand that a political backing of something where there's funds and there's a movement behind that is bigger than just a movement. It's an agenda. A person that's, let's say, for example, an independent party running for president. He's not even an agenda at all. He's independently running for office. The Democrat and the Republican Party got all type of money. GMC, JP Morgan, it's all type of people that put money behind that. So they have the agenda where they push the envelope and they go further. The thing with this LGBT thing is that they have an agenda because it's not about them. They want to have superiority, not equal rights. It's beyond just we got the marriage, they got the rights. But now they're trying to do this whole thing about the bathroom, and now they're trying to do this thing about identify with this and that. Listen, what this does, this opens a door for problems. I can be a man, and I am one, and I can act like I'm a woman one day, and I can go into the woman's restroom. But what makes me wrong? If I dress up or I just say I identify? Like, this is where we got to really start asking questions. Because if I go put a dress on and I'm going into the woman's restroom, I identify as a woman according to what they say. And that's what you're going to have. You're going to have perverts. You're going to have sick individuals who really aren't confused with their gender. And they're going to be open to do things to your boys and girls and men and women alike.
Okay, I have a question, Huggy. Do you think transgenders just started this year?
No.
Okay, where do you think transgenders have been going to the bathroom for the last 50 years?
If I want to be safe to say, if they have male genitalia, they go to the men's restroom. Am I right?
No, they go to the bathroom where they identify. This is something that the news has made a big deal. This is not something that 99% of the transgenders have even made a big deal about. This is the news that's making it a big deal.
So why would they push for a law or anything? Why would they even do that? Why don't the LGBT say something about, like, yo, we don't need that because we've been doing that? Why haven't anyone said that from that group?
Well, it's a matter of actually people that are against the transgenders that are trying to make the law. I mean, the transgender people have just been using the bathroom of the bathrooms that they have identified with for years. And it's
so what I'm asking is why don't they? since that group has power, why don't they say we don't need a bill?
Because it's not their bill. It's the bill of the people saying that you need to go to the one where you have your birth certificate.
I tell you what, if they can open their mouths about someone that's going against them, speak about what they don't need. Can we agree to that?
That's a good possibility, yeah. But
yeah, because if somebody jumped out and said, I hate the LGBT and he's a public figure that's making millions of dollars, you know what they're going to do? They're going to jump on his ass immediately. You got this thing where they're pushing a bill where they could use the restroom that they identify with, and they're not saying, I haven't found like one article where they say, well, we don't need that. That's pretty much extreme. Like, we don't need that. That's ridiculous. We've been going to the restroom where we identify with.
Right. I mean, how would you feel? Okay, you're at a club.
Uh-huh.
You're in line, go to the men's room. You've got this woman, heels, boobs, short skirt, hair done. All of a sudden, she's walking in the men's room.
I'm thinking if she looked like that, she should just go ahead on in the girl bathroom.
But that's the thing. She was born a man. Where was she supposed to go? She's supposed to go to the men's room.
But Lene, you got some ugly-ass biological females that look like men.
You know? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like my thing is this. Cool. What you do is you open a door for problems. And I'm not saying problems for just straight people. Everyone. Yeah. I'm thinking about children. I'm thinking about little girls, little boys. I'm thinking about everyone. I'm not just thinking about, you know what, they shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, they should just say, why don't we do this? Everywhere there's a restroom, put a third damn restroom. That makes sense, right? Just put a third restroom.
Huggy, you got a point. You got a good point, Huggy, because let me tell you something. You know what the undercurrent of it is out here? Pedophilia. You understand? Oh. So they may be allowing all this gay shit, you know what I'm saying, to the ease in pedophilia. Because you know what? Notice how all these damn pedophile rings, this, that, and the third, the capital, D.C. had a little, what do you call them, little boy, what you call it, pay boy, rent boy, or whatever you call them. You know, they had a pedophile ring up there. You understand what I'm saying? That is the undercurrent of like a lot of high-ranking ass people. They like to mess with little children. That's part of what do you call it? Witchcraft, demonic. In other words, if you mess with a child under the age of 12, it's supposed to empower you and all of this old shit. This is why you hear a lot about
raping little kids for energy and shit. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So Aleister Crowley, that nigga, he talked about all of that shit. You feel me? So my thing is this: they are allowing this, and we want to be able to do this and this and this. Let me tell you something. It's basically opened the door for pedophilia activity. Because just like you said, you could go dress like a woman, go in the bathroom and mess with a little 5-year-old or a grown-ass woman, period. Now, it would be easier to target children because children, all you got to do is grab them up real quick, put your hand over their mouth and do whatever the hell you want to do. They're not going to really fight you as hard as a grown-ass woman. You understand what I'm saying?
But in the same respect, you can have a person that was born a man or born a female. She started on hormones. She's got facial hair. She's, rapping. You can't tell the boobs. But according to the law, she's supposed to go in the ladies' restroom. How is the kid?
But see, that's the thing. The law,
whether she's an actual man or whether she's transgender.
Girl, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, the law shouldn't put themselves in a position of being all the way down somebody's pants. You understand what I'm saying? So when did it be a concern as to the government? What's in your pants? If you look like a man and the 15 people that looked at you and ain't paid your ass no mind and you went to the man bathroom because you look like a man, okay, no problem. Why do I have to know that you a woman though? You know what I'm saying? Why did they make this specific?
Let me say
it was the news. It is the transgender people did not start this. It was
no.
I understand that. We understand that, but why don't they say something like, "Yo, we don't need that."
I don't know.
That might get targeted.
Because you know what they're saying? They're saying, well, you know what? They trying to push that. We ain't gonna say nothing. That'd be a good idea anyway. Because if it wasn't, they would say something.
Right.
It's like they always have something to say when someone goes against them. My thing is this: I support the fact that they need to use the restroom and they want to do that, but I believe in let's do a third restroom. If we're gonna go that far, let's do a third restroom. That way we don't have to have no confusion. Because my thing is, if I'm in a restroom and a woman come in or a guy that come in and he's got boobs and he's got high heels, there's two things that can happen. That person can say that, hey, he touched me, or he tried to this and that, and then I'm going to jail because of hearsay. You know, these type of things that you open the door for. Problems amongst just sexuality. You can have a person saying that he touched me, sexual harassment, sexual assault. The person can say anything because you got all these different identities in one restroom. Girls can say that, hey, this man touched me. A boy can say, hey, this girl touched me. You know, these are the type of things. And then you can have boys lying. You can have girls lying. You can have the adults lying. You know, that's how you have a whole bunch of problems.
You're drawing attention to stuff that didn't need to be paid attention to.
I'm speaking from every aspect, because you can have the people that just don't like them and say, they did this to me. They touched me. They this, they that. You know, they fondled me. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about not just straight people. I'm thinking about the transgenders too. I don't want them to be in no, madness where someone's lying on them. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said if you put a third restroom, that way there will be no confusion. Just put that restroom for transgenders.
Well, that was nice.
They got a beautiful idea. Just put a third restroom. That's how we just solved it. I'm for them having
they put in the ramp. They put in the ramps for the handicap.
Exactly. Like think about this, right? The number one killer of human beings in the world is alcohol, right? But what happens when you gave alcohol to people and made it legal? You open the door for drunk driving, liver and stomach cancer, kidney cancer, all these different health problems, and people being just driving, minding their business, and they just get sideswiped from that blind side to red light. And all these things happen.
You think it opens the door for violence?
Well, in a sense, yeah, because if it's a guy it's a guy with boobs and the high heels coming in the restroom, I'm minding my business. I'm doing my thing. I come out the restroom. I'm about to go to my car. I'm coming out of Walmart. Next thing you know, police and say, "Excuse me, sir. Such and such said you, sir." And I'm like, "What?" You see what I'm saying? You see how easy that is? Oh, Carlotta. Damn it.
Listen, here I go.
Okay, go ahead.
He went to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom at McDonald's, right here in Maryland. He went to the bathroom. He was a transgender. Guess who he got his ass whooped by? Females. He got his ass whooped by females because he went to a female bathroom. Wait a minute. This fella, to me, looked like a female. You know what I'm saying? To me, he looked like a girl. But he went to the bathroom, and them girls whooped his ass and told him, say, you ain't got no business being here. It was uncomfortable with something. Yeah, he looked like a woman, but it wasn't a woman. He wasn't a woman. And they whooped his ass. So, in other words, somebody ain't got to worry about. They could go to the right gender bathroom. But the thing is, if somebody feel as though, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no business being in there, you ain't get to worry about being another man. It could be a female to beat your ass, you know what I'm saying, if you come in that bed from the wrong way. So you still opening the door, you know what I'm saying, for violence. But like what I said, what I liked about what Lynette said, right, 50 years ago, in other words, they've been doing it. But my thing is, why would the government, make you think shit that you ain't paid attention to before? You know what I'm saying? Why are you shining that light on it like that? Now when a man go to the bathroom, he gonna be the other motherfucker like, you a girl? Because girls can get their ass whipped by a man too. I've seen people that was lesbian, or they too much like a man, that it offended a real man, and they beat that bitch ass.
Yeah, you know.
See what I'm saying? It works both ways.
Them lesbians, let me speak on this. The ones that do look like a man, they had no problem fighting nobody. They will
Right.
fight you just like a nigga. They'll fight you like a nigga. I remember one time I came out from Walmart and I was looking down one of the aisles of the parking lot. This dude was sitting over here arguing with somebody. And I looked up further. It was one of them. It was a dyke. Looked like a dude, stocky built like a dude, everything, man. That motherfucker was standing his ground. She was telling him, nigga, I'll whoop your ass. He tell her, shit, I'll whoop your ass too. Bring your big ass on. I was like, man, these dykes will fight you, man. They not scared of you. But that's the masculine ones they'll
Looking like
fight you. Now, the one that
Lil Boosie.
actually,
Looking like Lil Boosie and Manny
right,
Fresh and shit.
right. But the one,
But you
the
know what?
one
It
that's
can
gonna
be
be,
insulting to a man.
and
All
the
I'm saying
ones
is
that
I
like,
just want them to be careful because I'm thinking about everybody. I ain't just thinking about the people that aren't transgender. I just don't want it to be where they get hurt or they hurt someone else. You know what I'm saying?
C. Grant, you want to add a little more into this before I change it up a little bit, brother?
I basically agree with all of y'all. I mean, that's just pretty dangerous. I mean, if I had a
Right.
daughter and it's like she's going to the bathroom by herself and there's a grown ass man in there who thinks he's a lady, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm gonna go in there and beat his ass if I suspect something off an instinct. That's a parental instinct, and I can end up going to jail. So I'm like, this shit can lead to some major things. So it's like, I think it's actually kind of wrong. They should have their own separate bathroom if they want to feel identified and equal by that measure. Like,
The third restroom.
Yeah.
Third restroom. That's all. That's how you end that.
Yeah,
U.S. government passed the bill to have a third restroom for transgenders.
yeah, I'm down for the third restroom, and I don't want to say it because this says right here. If I have a son that wants to go use the bathroom, and he goes in the bathroom and see this big, tall, where his eyes is a woman
Bruce
standing
Jenner.
over a uniroom, just just.
There's nothing woman-like about Bruce Jenner. Now you can't even fool me with that one. Now there's some that can fool you, but not that one.
It's just not.
And I'm just saying, you know, and they sitting up there just pissing away, and my son comes back out the bathroom, you know, eyes buck. What's wrong, son? I just went into Mia's bathroom and I saw a woman standing over your opinion. You know, I mean, how can I explain that to him, you know? So I'm for the third bathroom, you know, if they're gonna stop getting everything confused, you know, third bathroom will be a bad idea.
But
You know what?
okay, but question here, does that go back to the separate but equal kind of thing? White, black, transgender, male, female, transgender?
Say it again, dear.
Okay, but again, that goes back to separating stuff. I mean, we used to have everything separated. It was separate, but supposedly equal. Yeah, right. So they've got their separate bathroom. Is it really equal?
Yes, because their restroom is next to ours because there's not men and women saying we all should share the same restroom.
I mean, wait.
That fight don't exist.
Though. But Lele, by that logic, though, it's different genders, not necessarily just different races.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, but there's not men and women fighting to use the same restroom.
It was a case in Las Vegas, Nevada, where a 7-year-old got bathroom. Do y'all remember that? With a guy and killed this child. He did say he just killed this little girl. And he was a man, looking like a man, went into the girl's bathroom. Now I'm like this. Who was this man dressed like a woman with the same mentality that easy access?
I can't understand a word she's saying.
I can't.
She break it up
okay.
so bad. She break it up so bad.
Look, stop joking the hell out of me. I'm like this. I'm just saying, it's a signal in my house. But I'm sorry. No, I was saying, like, who's to say that somebody that's dressed like a woman don't have the same mentality as that man that went in the woman's bathroom and killed that little girl?
Yeah, because I said if I feel like a woman tomorrow, I'm gonna put me a dress on. I'm gonna go in the woman's restroom. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make it my business to go to every restaurant, every store, and just go in women's restrooms just so I can look.
Y'all men ain't got to worry about nothing. Y'all men ain't got to worry about nothing. Guess what? Y'all not gonna have that man dressed like a woman going into the man's bathroom. So y'all not gonna have to worry about that. That man that dresses like a woman is gonna go into the woman's bathroom. Like, okay, how do you know is ugly or transgender male? That could just be a freaky motherfucker that's dressed like a woman that want to just mess with women or little kids.
I'm just telling you that for example, but it's going to be hundreds of examples of that being done. You're going to have guys that are perverts.
Could be taking an excuse for the powers.
You're going to have guys that are perverts. And see, that's where you got to start thinking about the children and the people who are innocent that feel like, well, we support this, but now you're going to have perverts, sick people taking advantage of something.
It opens the door for perverts. Did y'all not read in any article most recently that pedophiles, people that suffer from pedophilia, are starting to think that they're supposed to have rights as well now? Did you hear about this shit? So what now? We gonna start back to...
And when you think about it, I don't blame them because look at what they opened the door for. Them to do it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you got known unknown. You know what I'm saying? You got unspoken.
And I don't support pedophilia either. But if they want to do their thing, just don't touch mine. That's all I can do. Just don't touch mine.
I don't have a problem with no gay people. I swear to God I don't. But it's like, why y'all being, not y'all, but why is it such a specification now? Like, what the fuck? If you've been going to whatever bathroom you've been going to, keep on doing that shit. Why is it that now we got to be aware and looking over our shoulders? Is that a man? Is that a woman? They gonna pull a dick out and hit me in the back with it? I mean, what the fuck? Don't nobody want to be all paranoid going to no bathroom?
Because to be clear, I didn't know they were still. I didn't know they were using the opposite restrooms. I've never seen it, but I'm only gonna take your word for it. And I kind of believe that that's probably the case. If that's the case, like I said, the LGBT got power. Why don't they say, hey, you know what? The Obama administration, we don't need any of that. Let's just leave that alone.
Because it's people that's backing that shit. They got big money. That's sick of them. It's something they can't defend. This motherfucker got big money. You know what? It could be somebody that women's clothes. They gonna make it easy for him to do a film.
But Huggy, you said you're a conspiracy theorist. I also am on certain things. I think particularly with mainstream media, how many important things happened overseas or even happened in our own country that were swept under the rug because everybody was paying attention to who's going to the bathroom and what damn bathroom.
Right. I agree.
There you go.
But I'm going to say this, though. I ain't trying to hear no other group of people get no rights until men have rights. Race doesn't matter. Men need to have their rights before anybody else. Because we as men, especially fathers, we ain't got no rights. How they going to skip over the man, the leader of society? How they going to skip over us and say, let's give rights to these people? And don't get me wrong, I'm like, they want to get married. They want to be with each other. That's cool. But like you said, I wouldn't want the opposite sex just smooching and kissing and tongue kissing in public either. Like, I take my son to see certain movies, with certain shit I don't want to see, I block his eyes. I don't care if it's got anything to do with just homosexuality, heterosexuality too. But my thing is this. Men need to have their rights. Give men all their rights, and then we can sit back and say, you know what, that's cool with us. As far as I'm concerned, we ain't got no rights at all.
You're absolutely right. And that's another thing I don't think it's fair. They will allow, like I say, they'll allow gay marriages, but guess what? Guess what situation I'm in? I've been married to my husband for 4 years, right? He's a Mexican national, okay? And he ain't got all his papers. Wait a minute. He's a man. I'm a woman. We are legally married in the state of Maryland. Why he's not entitled to be on my insurance? Why he can't get this? Why he can't get that? But yet and still, if I had Shakima was my wife, then should it be okay? So it's okay, you know what I'm saying, to support shit that the Bible basically says, But you know what I'm saying? You can't help who you fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? You don't go through like shit. Well, do you have your social security card? Do you have your driver's license? I mean, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You can't help who you fall in love with, just like a man can't help if he fall in love with another man. But I'm like this: rights is rights. You know what I'm saying? Fair is fair. If you're gonna allow two men to get married, why the fuck you can't allow somebody to marry somebody from another damn country?
All right, people. Y'all killing that topic,
Chris,
you know.
Chris, are you recording this? Are you recording this?
Yeah, it's recording.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. I would love to see all this over. Cause this is powerful conversation. This is good stuff.
It's been recording since I first started, man. But to be honest, Hugger P, I'm kind of disappointed, man, because we doing good, but considering what the topic is, you would think it'd be more people be on this panel. You know, I'd have had a couple of females say they was coming. They didn't show up. Paul said he have an issue with getting on. The Llewellyn guy, he said some reason he can't get on, but he's trying to work on getting on. You know, and I'm a little disappointed because
I just put the link on my Facebook page, just hoping more people will come. So some people are just afraid to talk, I guess.
I don't know why, because somebody's looking at this right now. Somebody's actually looking at this right now. It had 2 viewers, now I say 1 viewer. Whoever is watching, if you got the link, don't be afraid to join in. Or hit the question and answer, tell me that you want to join in. Tell me where to send the link to you at.
Join in, brother. Come jump in the floor and rumble, brother.
Yeah. Rock lobster.
And I'll promise I'll be quiet.
And butter sauce.
It's a rock lobster. The lobster from Iraq.
I think an actual group sung that song. I want to say it was the B-52s. I think they sung that song and whatnot. I haven't heard the real version. I just heard Peter Griffin version. But that's a good thing you brought up. You know, you had everybody talking. You got everybody talking, dear. So now I hope you're not so standoffish now when you got something to say. You know, now you can say what you want to say. So. You got everybody talking, you know, and you see how they have a couple of things you say they may disagree with, but you know what? It didn't get out of hand, you know. It was just a friendly, hey, okay, here's my view. I don't agree with that to an extent, and, you know, nobody got out of hand. So, you know, hopefully now you can feel a little more comfortable and speak your mind more.
I speak my mind most of the time, but because I was such a polar opposite of everything that everybody was saying, I just didn't think it was a good idea.
No, it's always
a good idea. It's always a good idea. I mean, yeah, I'm the host of the show, and I might not agree with some stuff somebody say. As a matter of fact, speaking of disagreeing, let me get back to Hugger P on them. I still say the fight last night. I don't know who all saw it. But my opinion, brother, that fight supposed to be a draw at the most.
Yeah, I supposed to be showing you the numbers. Let me go get the numbers before we go any further.
Right, that fight supposed to be a draw, man.
It's worthy of a draw, but I think Thurman got about at least 1 round ahead of him. Especially those last 2 or 3 rounds, that shit was dominating.
But you know what? I didn't know Sean Porter gonna get out with him like that, man. But Sean Porter, man, I got respect for that dude, man. I got respect for that
Sean
dude.
Porter,
He did the damn thing.
It was a brawl.
He did the damn
love
thing,
that.
Man.
That's the type of fight that should have been on pay-per-view.
Right. Let's see here.
Let's get these stats. I'm finna tell y'all right now.
I just say, go ahead.
You got Thurman landed 235, Porter landed 236, Throne 539 to Porter 662. Thurman landed 44%, Porter landed 36. End the conversation. End the conversation. You can't even argue with numbers, right?
I guess you can.
Porter was just more busy, but in his busyness, he only landed one more punch than Thurman. That's why the percentage is better.
Shit.
I would love to see a rematch. It was a slugfest, and I loved it. Every minute of it.
Yeah, I did too.
Kell Brook for the kick Thurman's ass, though.
Who?
Kell Brook for the kick his ass, because I was watching the Scott Sports Net, where Kell Brook was like commentating and shit in the booth, where they was in their what they call it, the studio or whatever. Like Kell Brook for the kick Thurman's ass. If that's the best he got against Porter, they finna get his ass kicked by Kell Brook.
Oh,
like
speaking of which, speaking of ass kicking, I want to bring this up. Of course, y'all saw the video that Tommy put up about what happened down here in Memphis at IHOP. Was that you that sent him that?
Who, me?
Was that you that sent him that?
No, I didn't send it to him. I texted to him, but he was busy. Because I got the video from the guy that actually recorded it. It's a guy on my Facebook list. He recorded it. And before it went viral, I took the video and I put it up and I just added my commentary in it, like pauses or whatnot. So that's why my video is way more viral, because my commentary in it, and I put it up before everybody else. Like, I had it up before they even arrested the girls and shit. Like, they didn't get arrested till later on that evening.
Right, 'cause I thought when Tommy put it, I said he must sent it to him. I said now he posting that shit up. But anyway, Huggy P sent me the video of what happened, and you know it was a fucking ridiculous. It was just a damn disgrace that black women can't go to a public forum and behave themselves. They come to somebody's job, fuck with them. What did they say it was about, man? Was it about some dude or somebody getting harassed, or what was the whole shit about?
I don't know. I was going to pull the affidavit, because, you know, the affidavit tell you all the juicy things the news don't tell you. So if y'all can give me a second, I can find that out for you right now. But anyway.
Go
ahead. Y'all continue. I get that affidavit pulled up.
But anyway, Huggy P did a video about that. And we had a troll. Now I think about it, I think she was just trolling. Somebody named Cassie she was going in on me about what I said about it. You know, she was fucking with me. Then she went from fucking with me to fucking with him about it. She was going at him the hardest. And she also pulled that bullshit card talking about your mama black, and I don't know why black females go that route. I don't know what's their point of interest when they do that. But she was, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of fucking with me and him about the shit. So I told him to do this. I said, I tell you what, ask her to debate you. And I'll do an open forum where you and her can debate about the topic. Because I feel like this, she was speaking with so much passion, going back and forth with him on YouTube about it, then she shouldn't be afraid to let her voice be heard. So he went to her, and I saw the message, you know, hey, how about me, you have open dialogue. You say whatever you want to say, let's have an open debate. Shut her the hell up. She had nothing else to say about that. So, she had nothing to say. So I'm pretty much sure y'all saw the video that Tommy did about that. You know, I really don't know what can be said about that. You know, what opinions can you give about that? Chris, did you see the video about the IHOP thing down here in Memphis?
Yeah, I saw it. It was pretty ratchet. I had no words, to be honest.
Right. Well, yeah, like I said, you know.
Was it the one where the people beat up the server or something?
Yeah, and they showed one part, the big girl got on top of the counter like she finna macho man somebody, and I was like, Jesus Christ. You know, and I was like, wow. So.
Oh shit. Hey, the girl been in jail for theft of property, $500 a list.
So that's added on to what just happened.
Well, this is an old charge she's had.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
here we go. Vandalism, 500 or 1,000. So that's what she charged with too. And she stay on East Wind, so you know what that means. She lives in Pepper Tree Apartments, like old girl
Mm-hmm.
said. Pepper Tree staying there, bitch, and that's what she stayed in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. Was that what she said in the video?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. Yeah, you stay in
Yeah.
Pepper Tree. You Section 8 ass whore.
Right.
Like Thomas said, what Section 8 whore?
Well,
They had something like that happen in the Waffle House on another video. It's like you see all these videos all the time. You know, it's like it becomes redundant after a while.
right. Right. So I guess my question would be today, considering what I just said, you know, how the woman was trolling me and him. Why, if this can be answered, why you think people like to talk so much shit over the internet, but when you do ask them for an open debate, they ain't got shit to say? And it's like one of those situations like when you meet somebody and all they want to do is text. They can say a lot of word in text, but when you get them on the phone, you can't get them to say 2 words. You know, so why y'all think, you know, people do that, you know, troll, talk shit on the internet, but when you ask them to have an open forum debate, they shut the fuck up.
Right. That's because they are not people that are very confident in their speech. I've had people that say shit to me on the phone and hang up, right? And then right after they hang up, they texting me. It's like, why the fuck you didn't say this when you was on the phone? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just that they don't feel confident when they call themselves being trying to go hard. They don't feel confident in their words. So they rather like sit there and type it. Because they know that if they come at you strong, they know that you could bust their ass. You see what I mean? Verbally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lack of confidence. Communicator. What is it called? Lack of communicative confidence. Verbal communicative confidence.
Physically and verbally.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm dead serious. I've had people, you know, say stuff after the fact. Like,
All right, here we go. Y'all ready for it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on the private investigator. Kenneth Hart has this statement to say about the affidavit. Upon arrival, complaint, Maddie Watson, general manager, advised that suspect Janika Nellum's employee and her sister suspect Shanika Strickland got into a physical altercation with employees. Victim Natavia Gordon and victim Makivia Hardin.
Lord,
These names are fucking ridiculous. During the altercation, the floors and the furniture of the restaurant were damaged. General Manager Watson estimated that there was $1,000 in damage done to the restaurant. Victim Makivia Hardin advised that she and the suspect Janika Nellums got into a verbal altercation on 6/17/16 about work. On 6/18/16, suspect Janika Nellums and her sister, suspect Shanika Strickland, came into the restaurant around 2200 hours. Victim Natavia Gordon advised that she heard suspect Nellums say, "Why they not saying nothing now?" Victim Gordon replied with, "So she just came up here to fight." Victim Gordon advised that the suspect Shanika Strickland then ran toward her and began to attack her. Suspect Janika Nellums ran towards the victim, Makivia Hardin, and attacked. Both victims advised that they did indeed fight the suspect back to defend themselves. Both suspects admitted to fighting inside the restaurant. Duh, they on camera. Suspect Shanika Nellums was holding her nephew, Jaleel McFerrin, during the altercation. Janelle McFerrin received medical attention on the scene by MFD Unit 10 and was released to his grandmother. Suspect Janika Nellums was also treated at the scene by MFD Unit 10. Both victims refused medical attention. Video is available and a copy can be made per request. Photos were not taken due to employees cleaning the scene so as not to disrupt regular business. Sergeant Young 207 made the scene and advised suspect Shanika Strickland and suspect Janika Nellums were both taken into custody and transferred to Regional 1 for medical treatment and Jail East. No other information was given at the time of this report. These events occurred in Shelby County, Tennessee.
And that's, that is so fucking sad,
It was difficult saying these names over and over. Y'all see how difficult that was?
It is. Yeah,
Like you got ghetto names, you got ghetto first names, sensible last names. Ain't that a bitch?
Right. And you know what? And for a female to have a past record with money on like that, it's a disgrace. It don't say too much about the black women, but they want to troll you for saying what you got to say. They want to troll me for making a comment. They want to troll Tommy because he bring up shit like this, which is the absolute truth. But a lot of people who troll Tommy, I don't think it's because of what he says. A lot of them say it's how he said it. Why the hell should he have to change how he say what? He should be able to speak how the fuck he feel. If you're a whore and you doing whore things, shit, it is what it is. What is there nice to say about you? Why would I say that? That's just like my little sister. Is she out here, doing stupid shit, constantly getting in trouble? Why still be sympathy for? There's no sympathy because you're not showing sympathy for society. So I'm not going to show no sympathy for her. You doing horror activities, you get treated like one.
Exactly.
Got a point.
So it's sad that these girls actually came up to somebody's job just to fight. And the dumb bitch to sit up there had that child in her hand, just standing in the fucking restaurant instead of saying, girl, I need to get out of here because this baby don't need to see all this. She's standing right there still trying to fight, talking shit with the baby in her hand. I just shook my head, man, but only down here in Memphis.
Hey, guess who came and got the baby? Did y'all catch who came and got the baby? It wasn't the dad, it was the grandma.
I think Tommy gets, trolled a lot and harassed and stuff because he's expressed his disdain for women based on personal problems that he's had with certain people. So when you target a group and then everybody knows that, oh, you just mad because this happened to you, this happened to you. You understand what I'm saying? People they won't respect you for how you feel about that group. They gonna attribute your expression about that group. They're gonna attribute to you having personal problems, basically to say, well, that person must have got over on you or hurt you or did some shit to you or won or succeeded in fucking you up some kind of way because why are you so angry? Because, with anything, if we are winners, we're not going to display any type of aggressive anger or, disrespect to anything. You understand what I'm saying? So it's basically to say, damn, you must have lost. And a lot of his issues have to do with maybe the child support problems he had, with certain people, whatever. So it's like, damn, they must have got the big ass bite out of him. You know what I'm saying? For him to have that much, aggression towards a certain class of women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really don't care, even women, but that's what I kind of feel like, you got burnt, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you hating on everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if a white person get assaulted by a black person and they got all their worldly possessions out, they out their wallet or pocketbook stolen. That you wouldn't like it if, a white person go around talking about niggas this and niggas that. All because of something personal happened to them between them and another black person. So that comes across as being unfair. If you're going to sit up here, it's going to be one or the other. Either you're going to talk about your issues and fix them shits, or you're going to have a problem with a certain group of people in a certain race or whatever. But you can't be because you got shitted on somewhere along the line. You see what I'm saying? That's why people be like, your mama black. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter black. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think people should be talking about his children and shit like that. But wait a minute. If you put your children and your information regarding your family, this, that, and the third, and you get to talk about your people's going to attack it because they think that that's close to you. They think that shit, that people's mean something to you. So they're going to talk shit about your daughter. They're going to talk shit about your mom. These things, if you're going to be a celebrity of any sort of position, you need to keep your peoples out of the limelight. You need to keep your movements away from prying eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your business to yourself. I said this shit to Tommy last night. I said, Tommy, when you get your new place and you start up this, that, and the third, your new thing or whatever, I said, I hope you don't be putting your information out there no more. You know what I'm saying? Don't be talking about, oh, don't put your daughter out there. Don't let people see what your daughter look like. That'd be the same thing if somebody went to that child's school and snatched her from school because they know what she looked like. You know what I'm saying? You can find a lot of information about people on the internet, but you can't really find out really what their kids look like and all that shit, especially if you somebody to keep that out of the public eye. You see what I mean? So sometimes you can mess yourself up. Sometimes you can mess yourself up. Sometimes you can cause these entities to get to fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you put your information out there.
Oh, I told him I hope don't tell nobody nothing.
You're right. I hope you don't need it because I think that's what's real sad that these people dislike this man so much that they found out who his landlord was and started threatening his landlord. I said, wow, that is so fucked up that they dislike this man just that much. Went and started fucking with his landlord and caused him to move.
But I'm like this. Why is it? Well, I just wanted to ask Chris this, everybody really. Why is it that famous people don't find themselves having to move every 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, the public can't touch their shit like that. Why he can't get his shit like that? You know what I'm saying? I can't, like, just go on the internet and find out Janet Jackson's address. I mean, you can, like, look deep, but I can't imagine somebody trying to look that deep. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he's not a multi-millionaire.
Right.
You know, I'm just saying, it's like somebody doing too much.
Yeah, he'll tell you, know what I'm saying, he ain't rich, man. But, you know, this Google is a motherfucker. You can pretty much do anything with Google.
That's true.
You know, you got these computer wizards, they can see just a little piece of where you at and can put it up in a heartbeat and say, hey, that's his location right there.
But Chris, you put yourself out there when you put a little bit of your information out there. You can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you cause damage to come to yourself when you just give motherfuckers a little bit of your private life to go on. You feel me? I mean, it's like if I was a YouTuber, yo, you ain't gonna know what my kids look like. You're not gonna know what my husband look like. You ain't gonna know shit. Matter of fact, it probably be a white wall behind my ass. It's like you ain't gonna know what my house look like. You know what I'm saying? Just that you ain't gonna get an idea of none of my shit. You just gonna be focused in on what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got nothing else to talk about, you know what I'm saying, then you ain't gonna hear from me for a minute. But I ain't gonna start talking about my people. I ain't gonna start talking about my daughter or my daughter named Kayla. Yeah, she 18, she go to school and such and such and such and such. It's like the fuck? Yo, you talking too much. And then you're not talking to an audience that is controlled. You know what I'm saying? Your audience is not controlled. It's like anybody could come in here and listen to your shit. It's not like it's a closed forum. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get in that bitch by invite. You feel me? And maybe that's what he need to start doing it like that. That way he can weed out the trolls or motherfuckers that's like untrustworthy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he gonna have to take some extra precautionary measures some kind of way. Because motherfuckers know too much of his damn business. And that's not cool. That's dangerous as hell. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel kind of scared for him come August the 28th when he's supposed to be going up there to New York. I'm not feeling that shit. I'm like, yo, I hope you got a bunch of goddamn kids. I had a bad feeling about that shit the other day.
There's too many niggas up there. That's why I don't trust it. Just that alone. It's too many. And too many people against you when you walk in the building.
Tommy not on no Martin Luther King status, but you all know that when you get to talking and speaking your mind and shit like that to the fucking public, yo, you become a target. Yeah, and then on top of that, it ain't even got to be niggas in the street. It could be somebody that's on a higher up position. It could be somebody that's like in a governmental position, and then do something to Tommy and make it seem like the common nigga did the shit. The same way they did Malcolm X. They gonna use somebody from the Nation of Islam that wasn't even down with them niggas at the time. But then when he got killed, they gonna say, oh, the Nation of Islam did it. No, they didn't. Motherfuckers from the CIA had something to do with killing Malcolm X. Come on, stop playing. But they blamed it on the last motherfuckers he had a problem with. See what I'm saying? It's like the government can do shit, get shit done to you, and make it seem like your mama had something to do with it. You see what I'm saying?
Looking from that standpoint, Yeah, well, looking at it from that point of view, I can understand where y'all come from. You know, I would hate to hear something happen to the old boy because, you know, he got a good thing going on, and he got a lot of people who's supporting him and behind him.
I don't
But
think he got.
listening
I
to
don't
what you
think he got
said,
nothing to prove when it comes to that shit. Anyway, to be honest with you.
right? I don't think he got nothing to prove, period, at all either.
I
But
don't
you
think so either.
know, yeah, I
The
don't think
man
he got
just
nothing to
speaking
prove,
how
man.
he
'Cause
feel. You know, I ain't even mad at him for that shit. Because when he talk about
right,
woman this, I'm a black woman. He ain't talking about me because I don't fit in that category. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no government
exactly,
official. I ain't got no multiple,
exactly.
fucked up baby daddies and shit. I don't have all these issues, so I know he ain't talking about me. So therefore, he awakens the insecurities of black women. It's like, thank you, Tommy, because you got so many fake bitches walking around talking about I'm independent, I'm my own woman. Bitch, soon as somebody sit up there and say some shit about a fucking black woman, you were like, it ain't all black women. I'm not like this, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're ready to defend themselves and shit. It's like, yo,
Right.
if you show enough about your shit, then you would know that he not talking about you. So you
Exactly.
would know not to defend that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Exactly.
I can't stand fake, what do you call it? Fake power type people. You know what I'm saying? Like a false sense of self, a false sense of power. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like which one? You know what I mean? I hate that shit. You know, it's like you're not being real. Like how do you demand other people to keep it real with you when you don't even keep it real with you? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? If I won't
Right.
sit up here and give myself $1, how I'm gonna demand you to give me one? The fuck? That shit just don't work. And people need to stop acting like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that a lot of women have
Right.
been through some bullshit with a man. You know what I'm saying? But bitch, think about it. You pick that man. Like these bitches be good on Murray Povich and shit, talking about that motherfucker ugly. He didn't see that. It be like one of them situations where they gotta figure out who the baby daddy is and shit. You gonna sit up here and talk about this man like he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But yet still, you fucked him. I don't get it. I'm not gonna sit up there because that's like dissing my damn self. I'd be damned if I sit up there and be like, this nigga ugly. He ain't shit. Da-da-da-da-da. It's like, well, bitch, what that say about you?
Right. Right. See, Grano, you got anything you want to add on to this, brother? See, Grant.
Oh, talking to me? No,
Yeah.
I agree completely. Yeah, how you gonna just say your baby daddy's and shit when you laid up with them and procreated with them? That makes no sense at all.
Right. 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 Um. Yeah, I like that what y'all said. You know, the thing about some, you know, y'all feel free to say that y'all not feeling that thing in New York. I never really thought about that till y'all just pointed out what y'all just said, you know, and now it got me kind of worried, you know, if you do go up there, you know, what could be waiting on them, you know. I mean, I don't wish nothing bad on them, you know. Well, I
It
don't wish
ain't
nothing
even
bad
gotta be
on them.
him. It could be motherfuckers who's there with them niggas.
Right. So, you know, Tommy, if you go through with that, brother, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful, homie.
You
Just be
just gonna
careful,
fight
brother, if you
yourself.
watch this. Yeah, if you watch this, man, just be careful, man, 'cause you got some crazy motherfuckers out there. But you don't need us to tell you that. I mean, I'm pretty much sure you already know. You already know that, man. So don't make it for life, brother.
I hope sure.
Uh,
I hope he have his own security because I watch a lot of those debates just to be, learn a few things here and there. There's a guy named Ali Muhammad. If you look up any debate he's had with Polite, he had a debate with Polite, Sarah Food Seti. Ali Muhammad would come with like 4 or 5 of his own, Fruit of Islam guys. Like he's a part of them and he bring his own people. You know what I mean? So I always wondered about that. Like, why does he need security? Why does he need security? And he's supposed to be friends with
Carla,
these guys?
Miss Carla, when you said what you said to Tommy last night, you know, what was his response to you?
He said that he said he definitely had security. It's on the live thing. It should be on the video. With the
Okay.
lady, her name Kenya, she like on the video post that he got, it should be on there.
That's my homegirl. That's the
It's called
undercover airhead. Don't tell
Please be
nobody I
careful.
said that though.
She from
I
Memphis?
know y'all. Nah, she from Cincinnati. That's the girl called the undercover hairhead. That's her. Kenya. A lot of people don't know that, but I exposed that one.
Okay. Well, one thing I can say I like about that brother, man, he's all about constructive criticism, so I'm pretty much sure he won't have a problem with you saying whatever, you know what I'm saying, if anything's going to help him get himself better or help him be better prepared when he do make this trip or whatnot. So, again, Tommy, if you listen to this, bro, man, please be careful, man. You know, got a lot of people, man, that care about your brother and want to see shit happen to you, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Other than that, though,
I'm coming up there too, TJ. I'm ready to shoot something. I'm gonna give a fuck if we are in New York, cause I know in New York this shit, you know, they got these weird gun laws in New York, so.
Yeah, Tom,
I'll be like Troy Ave. I'll be like Troy Ave. I'll be walking through the joint and busting my gun on camera and shit.
Yo, I'd have never go. I would have never let nobody know that I was going that thing. The only way that y'all to know that I was going to be there is when I got there. You see what I'm saying? I would have never advertised myself going. You feel me? I'd have just popped up on stage. You feel me? Or whatever. You know what I mean? I just would have never let nobody know I was going. You wouldn't know until 10 minutes I'm getting ready to go up on stage. If that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know what you're working with.
Right. Well,
the mouse can be more powerful than any damn.
He was so happy to promote it. He put the flyer up, and Tommy never talked about it. Tommy talked about that shit for like 3 weeks.
I remember him saying something about that. Yeah.
That's like still made him a mark.
He posted up on his own site. He still ain't put it up and promoted it his own for his own self.
Right. I think he's still waiting on the paperwork to get correct or something. I think he's waiting on the paperwork unless they got it straight now. I don't know. I see my boy Steven came in. You came in kind of late, brother, because I'm about to shut it down, man. But how you doing anyway, bro? How you doing?
Good. Just hop in real quick and say hello to everybody.
So appreciate that, man. I'm probably gonna do a part 2 to this, because we had a couple of people that got sick. They couldn't make it, and a lot of people who say they're gonna join us didn't come. I'm actually kind of disappointed about this show, but still, we made something happen, brother. So probably gonna redo this one and send it out again, probably for next weekend or something, man, where more people are able to come. But other than that, though, these people on the panel, they still made it happen. They still made it happen. Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait for the first game, bro. Can't wait for the first game. Who we got? The Giants? Huckabee?
Okay, my bad. I got it on mic. Mute. I was saying we always kick their ass in week 1. So you know we're gonna kick their ass in week 1. We got the Redskins in week 2 too. Back to back.
Oh, okay, then I can't wait for that. I can't wait for this season to start. I can't wait for that.
Josh Norman got the cornerback that just signed with the Redskins. I know he got Dallas in week 2, but it's somebody he got in week 1. I think it's Pittsburgh. They got Pittsburgh and they got Dallas. And I know Pittsburgh fucking wide receivers is way better than our wide receivers. And man, Josh Norman gonna have to show about does he really deserve that contract this year. Those first 2 games gonna let you know how good he really is. Watch.
That's the guy who with the Panthers, wasn't
it? He refused to take that fucking franchise tag, and they said fuck you. They said fuck him and let him go. And he went on the market. Washington gave him the check. They cut the check. They cut the check, boss. That's what they did. So they paid the man.
Huh? White people.
Wait a minute. I got one question. Wait a minute. I got one question. I got a question for Huggy.
What's up?
Huggy, you honestly believe that's not what's his name? What's the guy's name? That rapper guy?
Gucci Mane.
Yeah, do you honestly believe that's not him?
Are you talking about the picture I got? Oh, that's a joke. That was a joke.
No. I'm being serious. Cause that nigga don't look like the real dude. Even if he lost all kinds of weight, he just don't look right. He ain't acting right. You think that's him, or you think that's I'm gonna say a clone, but
That's him. Y'all know anything about MK Ultra, mind control and shit?
I can dig that, but let me ask you a question real quick. Let me put this out there. Do you think that it's possible that he could have got out of jail before the time that the public was aware that he got out of jail and got like a bunch of surgery done and shit and changed his voice and all of those stuff? You get what I'm saying? He can't get all that shit done in jail.
A year ago, they said he got out, and then people were saying, no, he didn't get out. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember that. They were saying a year ago last year, they was like, he got out, came home early, and they was like, no, he didn't.
Well, that makes sense to me then.
Sent the word out.
That makes sense then. Because that nigga ain't going to come out of jail looking like, I'm sorry, no. And teeth white as hell, they don't even look real.
No, they not real.
I haven't seen a video. I haven't seen a video you did on
Gucci always had permanent gold teeth.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that video you did because I didn't get a chance to see it. Matter of fact, you get a chance, man, send the link back to my email so I can get a chance to look at it. But other than that, though, man, as always, man, I appreciate everybody who participated in my shows. This is the second one. It did okay, but I feel like it could have been a little better. So I'm gonna do this one again. And schedule for next Sunday. Hopefully we have better what has happened today. Because even though it still went good, I'm still kind of disappointed because there should have been more people than this, especially everybody who claimed it was coming. But
let me say this.
I mean,
you might get a week.
Get on Facebook, broadcast, socialize, put the word out.
You might have to do one in the middle of the week too. That'll keep people, because I mean, you tell us today about next weekend, people got forgot. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying? Like if you just pop up on the middle of the week.
Do it within 24 hours. You ain't got to do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
I told him. I said.
I thought I'd be messing up if I did it this soon. I thought I'd be messing up, man, if I did it this soon. But I thought.
No, this is the internet. Yeah, it's the internet, man. They like the Super Bowl where they got a plan to drive. They just click some buttons and they hit it. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is click hang. Who ain't logged into a Google account? Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody got a YouTube account, even if they don't say anything. They could be anonymous. They got one.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm all about constructive criticism. What you say, Ms. Carr? You say do what in the middle of the week? What was it you just said?
I mean, like, maybe have one just, like, a pop-up one or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we wait, like, a long time, like, always to next week. It's like, dang, I forgot. You know, or everybody's sick, or everybody got the one-day headache and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Got one-day headache.
Before we leave, though, y'all. Oh, y'all have this theory that the Earth is flat? Listen, I have ignored that shit for months. I have ignored it, and I got my cousin threw it in my face last night. So I never faced this shit. So I did a lot of research, and I'm like, it's interesting. I'm kind of on the fence with that shit. I really am. I don't believe it, but I'm kind of on the fence with it.
Shit, give me $1 million and I'll let you know. That's what it'll mean, some shit. That's what it'll make a damn difference, you know?
Hugger P, you think it's something it's rock lobster? You think it's real rock lobster? Rock lobster? But anyway, man, hey, anybody got some last words, man? Here's your chance now, man. I appreciate everybody. So anybody want to say some last words? So I'm going to shut this down, man.
Lene need to say something. She ain't hardly said nothing.
I just want to say thanks, Chris, for setting it up. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. You're one of my biggest supporters, so I sure appreciate that, deal. Like I told you, no matter what happens, you always gonna be there. No matter what happens, you always gonna be there.
I am.
Even if nobody else show up, your ass gonna be there. Even if nobody else show up.
You got me, baby.
All I gotta say is, Mars closing. Where we going for breakfast?
I wish my homeboy Steve could have got in there earlier. I know he probably would have killed it too, but you know I understand you got things going on too, brother. So I'm gonna try to take Miss Carr's advice, try to just throw something out the wham in the middle of the week and see how much attention he'll catch and do it like that, you know, and, instead of trying to get that way ahead in advance, because y'all right, people probably do tend to forget. But a lot of people I seen that link to be on Google Plus down there every fucking hour, so I don't see how the hell they could forget, you know?
They probably looking up flat Earth conspiracy, bro. That shit is very interesting.
Yeah. So, man, catch my boy Steven. He come in a little early next time and, you know what I'm saying, speak his mind on stuff.
Definitely.
We talk.
Like I said, I apologize. I was celebrating my little brother's birthday this weekend, so I had to.
Oh, okay.
Had to make it back
How old is he?
He turned 20, the most useless age.
Well, all the accents once.
No, nobody likes you when you're 20 or 23.
Yeah, that was 16 years ago for me. 16 years ago, so.
I'm 20 right now, and I turned 21 in a couple of months.
Oh, we ain't gonna start talking about age, y'all.
I don't want to talk about it.
How old are you, Lene?
Do what?
How old are you, Lene?
I'm 46.
You look a little younger than that.
Thank you.
You sure do.
Don't get fooled by this beard. I'm just 34, yo.
Right.
43.
Yeah, that's a rock lobster beard.
Or a lot, I guess that makes us the old one with these young folks.
That's all right. We know what the hell we talking about, though.
We
That's
do.
all right.
Well, hold on. Well, you know what? Hold on. Before I shut down, Steven, I guess I can't ask you. I'll let you shut it down, brother. My topic is our parents being parents or our parents being more friends to their children in this generation. I'm going to let you close it out. What's your opinion, brother? Then I'm going to shut it down.
Say that one more time. Was that me?
Yeah, you. The topic is, my topic was our parents being parents or are they being more of friends to their children in this generation? I'm going to let you close it out. Go ahead, brother.
I think with the system that's set up today, parents are more of, I want to say, mentors to their children rather than friends or parents. They're kind of that person that their child can go to for assistance, but when they really need something, they go to either their peers or somebody outside of the house. So I think their parents have to find that friendship role in order to keep their kids interested in their opinion.
Okay. Well,
honestly, I would say parents these days are trying to be their kids' friends more than parents. Just because I see that the vibe of I still want to go out and kind of have my own life is still there. I see that a lot in the younger parents.
Right.
So they kind of wanted to do the same things, you know, go out and listen to the same music and just kind of have the same activities, you know, just to stay current, you know, and of course stay in their kid's life as well. But it's hard to do that as a authority figure rather than somebody that they can relate to.
I got you as always, brother. You got good logic too, as always. What a way to close out the show. The next time, people, I'm gonna take your advice, Miss Carl. I'm gonna try to just pop up with something in the middle of the week and see how that goes. And I'm gonna take Huggy advice and finally get back on Facebook. I really don't want to do it, but you know, I guess if I want a bigger crowd.
I'm going to send you an email as to why I suggested that. I'm going to send you an email about that. Because put it this way, people in the middle of the week can be, you know, amped up to be talkative more so because there are other conversations going on as well. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when people can't get one place, they're going somewhere else.
And I get Huggy P to teach me how to broadcast on Facebook, because I do got a lot of people I went to school with that probably will be surprised to see me doing social media, since everybody say I'm so to myself, which I am, but he'll probably shock the hell out of them for me for them to see me doing something like this. But other than that, I've been waiting on the email.
Do like I do. Join Facebook, socialize with everybody, and fuck them classmates. Don't talk to them. I don't talk to them. I talk to everybody else but my classmates.
Damn. Damn. Okay.
That's cool.
I don't go no
Secret,
reunions and none of that shit.
I don't need them. Fuck the reunions. I don't need them. I don't see what's the point.
I grew
Secret,
up
you
and I
want
had
to say
one.
something last, brother? Secret?
See, gutter, where you at?
I know, right?
Sorry about that.
Oh, what's
Nah,
up,
there you
yo?
go.
Chris,
My bad.
yeah, how you do that there? How you do that there?
Agree neither.
Yeah, I'll ask you, brother. Yeah, I'll ask you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got any last words you want to say?
Oh yeah, this was a good hangout. We covered a lot of good topics. Carlotta was dropping knowledge when you wasn't there though. Like from the very beginning, she was dropping all this knowledge.
She sure was. Yeah, y'all gonna have to go back and watch it because she kind of took over for me until I got back on, and I think she did a hell of a job. But I will say this, Miss Cobb, baby, you is winded. You is winded.
I
don't see
believe in the
how
brother.
you do it.
I'm still waiting on my
You
Facebook
is
friend request though.
I
You know
believe in
what I'm
it.
talking about.
To me, ain't nobody a lost cause. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody lost cause. It's just some people take a little time. That's all.
Exactly.
Did you hear Huggy P?
I do know.
Did you hear Huggy P?
I'm still waiting on my friend request. It's Colorado.
Who is that?
Let me
That's
put
Huggy
this
P.
camera out so I can look good to the camera. I'm still waiting on my friend request. It's Colorado.
Well, through Facebook?
Uh-huh.
Well, you could go ahead and send it to me because my whole name is right there.
Send it to you.
It says Carlotta Gomez. That's how I'm listed in Facebook.
It won't let me message you. It won't let me add you. You gotta add me.
Oh, for real? That's how I got it set up?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit. I ain't know
That's
I like
why I sent
that.
you an inbox and sent me one.
Oh, and let me say this.
Oh, all right. I'm going to look through this back then.
For those who weren't on the
My
last
bad.
one I did, it wasn't a live broadcast, but Carlotta joined us for the first time. Carlotta, Miss Carr showed herself, and she is a very attractive woman. And she is. She said she cracked her phone trying to show herself, but when she showed herself, she's a very attractive woman. And you wouldn't think nobody that attractive would be winded like that, but she's very winded. But I'm not saying it in a bad way because you the type of person, if somebody come to you and they ain't got shit to talk about, you gonna make sure they got something to talk about.
Yeah,
That's what I like about you.
That's right.
I want them type sometimes. If I get around people, you know, I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like being fucked with. But somebody like you just keep on talking, you just be like, oh, what the hell, fuck it, you know. Well, this, that, and the other. And then once they get start talking to you, you be like, man, this shit cool, man. She made me talk. So, but you winded though.
You got that Baltimore accent too.
But ain't nobody on Tommy's show ever seen him. Tommy got a picture, an updated picture of me, but ain't nobody ever seen me on the panel.
Right.
I'm trying to see you on Facebook, but for some reason, I'm waiting on you.
Oh, okay. Well, if you just send it to the messenger thing, I can get it through there.
I did.
I'll get it through there.
Oh, he said you gotta add him. Chris Grant, the connection dropped for me. Oh, see, Grant, it's all good, brother. It's all good, brother. Cause we finna shut it down anyway, bro. So
well, I'm gonna add Lene on Hangout. So Lene got a what you call it?
Not a problem.
I'm gonna add it to my friends list.
Next time they get to talk about Gucci Man. Next time they get to talk about Gucci Man, tell them they clone Pimp C, Zoolander, and Mo Williams. That's my cool little picture.
He gonna clone Pimp C. Pimp C dead.
He right there next to Gucci Man. You don't see him? That's Pimp C. Come on now.
Oh, hell no. Oh, no.
That's Pimp C. And he made beats too. That's Pimp C.
That's some Photoshop mess. Oh, hell no. That boy dead.
And Drake is Zoolander. And that guy right there, Zaytoven, that's Mo Williams.
Oh. Time to get the hell out of America. Time to go. Time to go.
Alright, much love to y'all, man. Till next time. So, Carlotta, be looking out if I pop up with something.
Carlotta, Chris, you are crucifying her name. Carlotta.
You know what? Just call me Carla. That's what everybody call me, Carla. Really, it's just Carla.
All right, Carla.
Okay.
Cool. You can't go wrong with that.
All right, man. Much love to you people. Till next time, man. I'll holler.
All right, y'all.
All right.
All right.
Right.